You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page or YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. The box office is now open for individual ticket sales. Box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also purchase your tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX, going online to liducks.com, or visiting our mobile app. Season ticket packages and 10-game mini plans are also available. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 to speak with someone in our ticket office. Get your business recognized by hundreds of thousands of Long Islanders by taking advantage of the advertising and sponsorship opportunities currently available with the Long Island Ducks. For more information, please call 631-940-3825, extension 106, or check us out on the web at liducks.com. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, our exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are on sale now. For more information on Ducks group outings, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours to speak with our group sales department. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle Inn Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. For more information, please contact our Merchandise and Client Relations Manager at 631-940-3825, extension 110. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club today. Now, kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825, extension 102. Quacker Jack, voted by fans as the best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825, extension 102, to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily.
This is Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship.
Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch! Adam Bailey makes the catch! And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
Swinging a ground ball, hit toward short, charging in his lines. He fields, throws to first. The comeback is complete. From 2-0 down in the series, the Long Island Ducks have won 3 in a row at home. And for the 5th time in franchise history, they will head to the Atlantic League Championship Series.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
We are live here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And on this Sunday evening, It's the final game of a 3-game series, the rubber game of the series, as the Long Island Ducks take on the York Revolution. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Michael Pollock. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for all of tonight's action. Thank you so much for tuning in on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network, coming to you on liducks.com, Facebook Live, and youtube.com/DucksBaseball. So the Long Island Ducks will look to take their third consecutive series in a row to begin this 20th anniversary season. The Ducks got off to a great start on the year, going 6-1 on their season opening road trip, sweeping all 3 games from the Revolution in York and then taking 3 out of 4 against the Barnstormers in Lancaster. They have come here home to Long Island for the first time this year, and they have split the first 2 games of this series. The Revolution taking the opener 6-5 in 10 innings on Friday night. The Ducks responding in a big way yesterday as they rout the Revolution by the count of 8-1. It was a good start for Brett Marshall. He made the start for Long Island yesterday through 5 innings of 1-run ball to earn his first victory of the season. And on the other side of things, Dustin Richardson got off to a very good start for the Revolution, but allowed a run over 3 innings and then had to come out of the game. No official word on why. And then the bullpen took over, and the struggles for the Revolution bullpen continuing yesterday as they allowed 7 runs from innings 4 through 8. And Long Island was able to rattle off an 8-1 win, even this series at 1 game apiece. The Ducks are now 7-2 on the year, best record in the Atlantic League. The Revolution falling to 3-5 yesterday, but they're only a half game out of first place in a tightly contested Freedom Division. Take a break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll recap yesterday's game with some of the audio highlights included. Don't go anywhere. Baseball planned here for this Sunday evening.
Hey fans, this is manager Wally Backman, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLiny.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We are back here at Bethpage Ballpark as we get ready for this evening's ball game between the Long Island Ducks and the York Revolution, a game that was originally scheduled to be a 1:35 contest, but yesterday with the forecast for bad weather today, looked like there was an opportunity to potentially get the game in if it was pushed back a bit, and so the Ducks did just that. Along with the Revolution, they pushed today's game back to 5:05 p.m., and so the hope is that the 2 teams could get in this game today if they started a little bit later, and we'll try and get it underway at 5:05. The good news is rain is not falling right now, and if it is, it's very, very light, and the tarp is off the field. So that is certainly a positive news as manager Wally Backman and Mark Mason, the manager for the Revolution, exchange lineup cards. Let's go through the recap of yesterday's game for you, let you know what went down here at Bethpage Ballpark last night. The Revolution got on the scoreboard first in the top half of the first inning when J.P. Sportman tripled to begin the game against Brett Marshall and came home on an RBI single by Alexi Casilla. The Ducks would answer right away in the bottom of the first inning against Dustin Richardson as Steve Lombardozzi singled up the middle with 1 out, and up to the plate stepped Lou Ford. The 0-1 from Richardson. Ford swings it, smacked it down the right field line. That is going to land fair. It's a base hit. It's going to head into the corner. Lombardozzi around second, going for third. He's being waved around third. Here comes the relay throw. It's not made by Casilla. Lou Ford goes the opposite way for an RBI double down the right field line, and the Ducks, just like that, tie the game at 1. So a 1-1 game on the Lou Ford RBI double. It would stay 1-1 all the way until the 5th inning. Again, as we mentioned earlier, Dustin Richardson was taken out of the game after just 3 innings by the Revolution manager Mark Mason. No reason why, that we have been told at least. Robert Morey pitched a scoreless inning in the 4th, but with 1 out in the 5th inning, Daniel Fields came to the plate. 2-1, lifted in the air again, well to left field. Back goes Melky Mesa at the wall, and you can't forget it. Daniel Fields with a home run for the 2nd consecutive night. He goes the other way to left for a solo blast, and his 2nd long ball of the season has given the Ducks a 2-1 lead. So Daniel Fields with a solo home run, putting the Ducks in front 2-1 in the 6th inning. Andrew Carver began the inning. He ran into trouble right away, allowing a walk. There was a stolen base, a bunt single put runners at the corners, and then a walk loaded up the bases. Wild pitch scoring a run as David Washington came in from 3rd. That would be all for Carver. Then a walk was issued by Jameson McGrain, who took over on the mound. McGrain allowing the walk, and after a strikeout, up to the plate stepped Rando Moreno. 1-0. On the ground to the right side and through, a base hit for Rando Moreno. In to score is Ivan DeJesus Jr. Stopping at 3rd is Mike Holt. An RBI single through the right side for Rando Moreno, and the Ducks lead is 4-1. Part of a great day at the plate for Moreno, and so the Ducks adding another run there and would tack on one more in the inning on a Ray Fuentes RBI infield single. So a 3-run 6th inning for the Ducks, and they led it 5-1 at that point. The runs would continue in inning number 7. Jose Ortega took over on the mound, allowed a leadoff double to David Washington, a 1-out sac fly to left off the bat of Mike Holt. Then Ramon Cabrera singling up the middle, a walk to Daniel Fields, and up to the plate stepped Rando Moreno once again. Nixon fires, and that's lined into right field. Moreno with his 3rd hit of the game. Cabrera's going to round 3rd and try and score. The ball is booted in right field. That's going to allow Fields to round 3rd. He will come in to score. Going to 3rd is Moreno. 2 runs will come in to score on Moreno's base hit and the error, and the Ducks now lead it 8-1. Here comes the RBI single there for Moreno, and an error plating another run. 3 more coming home for the Ducks in the 7th. They led it 8-1 at that point. Scoreless inning in the bottom of the 8th for Vin Mazzaro, and then in the bottom of the 9th, Alex Katz made his home debut, struck out Henry Castillo, got Ryan Dent to ground out to short, and it was up to Corey Bass. 0-2, breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 3 call. Alex Katz rings up Corey Bass for strike 3. This ball game is over, and the Long Island Ducks defeat the York Revolution tonight 8-1. They even up the series at 1 game apiece and earn their 7th win in 9 tries here this season. So an 8-1 win for the Long Island Ducks over the York Revolution. They out-hit the Revs 10-7. Each side committed an error in the game. Brett Marshall gets the win. He improves to 1-1. He allowed a run on 4 hits and 3 walks over 5 innings, striking out 4. The losing pitcher, Robert Morey, who allowed the go-ahead home run to Daniel Fields in the 5th. He falls to 0-2. The game took 2 hours and 56 minutes last night in front of a crowd of 4,439. So that sets us up for the rubber game of this 3-game series here today between the Ducks and the Revolution. We'll step aside here on the pregame show, and when we come back, we'll look at the pitching matchup for tonight, the starting lineups, and then it's first pitch of this evening's ball game.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Ed Lynch, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark as we get ready for this evening's game between the Long Island Ducks and the York Revolution on a cold and rainy Sunday evening. But thankfully, it seems as though the rain has either stopped or slowed down to the point where they'll be able to begin this game on time. Again, the game was pushed back from 1:35 to 5:05 with the weather forecast scheduled for today. The team pushed it back yesterday. Let's look at the pitching matchup for today's ball game. And for the Ducks, they will send left-hander Jake Fisher to the mound. Fisher making his second start of the year. He won his first. That was this past Tuesday. A 5-4 win for the Ducks over the Barnstormers at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Fisher went 6 1/3 innings. He allowed 5 hits and 4 runs, 3 of which were earned. Did not walk a batter. No surprise for Fisher, who walked just 25 all year last year in 133 1/3 innings. And Fisher struck out 5 on Tuesday against the Barnstormers. The lefty will be looking to bounce back against this Revolution lineup, who gave him trouble a year ago. Fisher made 3 starts against the Revs last year. That was 0-2 with a 7.71 ERA. Was roughed up, especially here at home on June the 28th when he allowed 8 runs in 4 2/3 innings. But obviously a new season. A lot of the lineup is the same, but the first half lineup was actually not as tough as the second half lineup for York. And Fisher actually fared better in the second half against the Revolution than he did in the first half. So we'll see if Fisher can get the win here today against the Revs. It would be his first career win in 4 starts against York. Meanwhile, on the other side, right-hander Troy Tersey will take the mound. Tersey in his second professional season after making 4 starts with York a year ago. He went 1-0, had a 5.79 earned run average. One of those starts came against Long Island last year, and this season faced the Ducks in relief on Sunday, last Sunday, a week ago today, in the Ducks' 8-4 win. And Tersey faced 5 batters. He gave up singles to all 5, ended up getting tagged for 4 runs on 5 hits in that game. However, last year he took a no decision and pitched well. 5 2/3 innings of 2-run ball in the Revolution 3-2 win at People's Bank Park on September the 1st. So York is certainly hoping they get more of Tersey against the Ducks from last year than they did from earlier this season. Tersey also made a start this past week. That was on Tuesday against the New Britain Bees at People's Bank Park, and he was roughed up once again. 2 2/3 innings for the righty. He allowed 4 runs on 7 hits and 2 walks, struck out 3, left the game trailing 4-3, but the Bees were able to come, or the Revolution, I should say, were able to come back and win the game 8-7 over New Britain. So Tersey's going to be looking to bounce back and get in the win column for the first time this year. Meanwhile, Jake Fisher is looking to start out 2-0 on his season. We'll step aside here on the pregame show, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and the first pitch as the Long Island Ducks get set to take on the York Revolution.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Imagine you can't feel your arm, you can't speak, there's a blood clot in your brain, you're having a stroke. You're taken to the Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center at Good Samaritan Hospital, the South Shore's only comprehensive stroke center. Now imagine a team of neurosurgeons with the most advanced equipment, pinpointing the blood clot and the quickest way to remove it. And imagine coming home with no side effects. The Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center at Good Samaritan Hospital, 631-376-4444, a member of Catholic Health Services.
Tickets for your Long Island Ducks are on sale now. With 20 fireworks shows, new on-field promotions, and premium giveaways throughout the season, don't miss out on all the family fun at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey Ducks fans, it's Wally Backman, manager of your Long Island Ducks. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the ballpark this year. Get tickets at liducks.com.
For tickets, call 631-940-TIXX or head to liducks.com.
Well, back here on Long Island as we are just about ready for the Ducks to take the field. It is a cold and rainy Sunday evening, but it seems as though the rain has held up, at least for the time being, and we will be able to at least get started with today's baseball game between the Ducks and the Revolution. Long Island comes into the day with a 7-2 record overall, 1-1 here at home, 6-1 on the road. All 9 of their games have come against the Freedom Division thus far. Meanwhile, for the York Revolution, they are 3-5 on the year. All of their games coming against the Liberty Division teams. And at home, they went 2-4 before embarking on a quick 3-game series here on the road, where they went 1-1 against the Ducks thus far this season. Jake Fisher and the Ducks will take the field here on this Sunday afternoon. Fans that are here in attendance today, giving them a nice applause as they do take the field. Obviously, a bit of an anomaly as the schedule was changed last minute to be able to get the game in today. Again, the Revolution are only in for this series in the first half of the season, and so that makes it a lot tougher to reschedule a game with inclement weather, because obviously in the Atlantic League with 2 halves, a first half championship and a second half championship, it is very difficult to be able to reschedule a game. It could come down to which team wins or loses the first half in either division. So teams want to get those games in against teams in the first or second half of the season, especially knowing that they won't come back in that first half or in that second half. So the Revolution, again, don't come back until August 13th through the 15th. While the Ducks have a day off tomorrow, the Revs do not. And so a big reason why this game was so important to get played today. So Ducks are out on the field, joined by Cub Scout Pack 201, the color guard here today. Let's turn things over now for today's national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Today's national anthem here at Bethpage Ballpark, and we are just about set for baseball, the rubber game of the 3-game series between the Long Island Ducks and the York Revolution. Let's go through the starting lineups for these two teams before we get underway here today. For the Revolution, who are trying to earn their second series win in a row, J.P. Sportman is going to lead things off. He is the center fielder. Alexi Casilla bats in the number 2 spot and is the second baseman. Melky Mesa serves as the designated hitter this afternoon. He will bat third. The cleanup hitter and first baseman is Telvin Nash. Batting fifth, doing the catching today, is Isaiah Stejeda. Wellington Dotel starts in right field. He'll hit sixth. Back in the lineup is Nate Coronado after the night off last night. He'll play third base and bat seventh. Henry Castillo gets the start at shortstop today. Ryan Dent gets the day off. Castillo will hit eighth. And rounding out the order will be the left fielder, Justin Trapp, as Trapp is back in the lineup too today after the day off yesterday. Again, they'll all be facing left-hander Jake Fisher for Long Island. On the other side, for Wally Backman's Long Island Ducks, Ray Fuentes will lead things off. He is the center fielder. Batting second, playing second base, Steve Lombardozzi. David Washington hits in the 3 spot today. He's in right field. Lou Ford gets the day off. And in the cleanup spot for the Ducks is their first baseman. That is Mike Olt. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Hector Sanchez. Ivan DeJesus Jr. is the third baseman. He hits sixth. L.J. Mazzilli, Lee Mazzilli Jr., otherwise known as, is here with the Ducks today, was signed by the team prior to today's game, the son of 14-year Major League veteran Lee Mazzilli, also a former coach with the Mets and the Yankees. And L.J. Mazzilli will serve as the designated hitter today in his Ducks debut. He bats seventh. Daniel Fields gets the start out in left field. He'll hit eighth. And rounding out the order for the Ducks after his 3-hit, 2 RBI performance last night is the shortstop, Rando Moreno. And the Ducks will be facing right-handed pitcher Troy Terzi of the York Revolution. Well, we hope you're staying dry wherever you have been on this Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, I should say. Obviously not the greatest weather day here on Long Island. It has not been the greatest weather weekend here on Long Island, but the Ducks and Revs determined to get all 3 games in. They've gotten the first 2, and we are going to begin just about on time here for game number 3. So, stepping into the batter's box will be the righty swinging center fielder J.P. Sportman. Up on the mound is Jake Fisher. And the first pitch of today's ball game on the way to the plate. It is taken for a strike, and we're underway. So 5:09 our first pitch here at Bethpage Ballpark today. We get the temperature momentarily. From the windup, Fisher's 0-1, and Sportman grounds it foul, strike 2. 55 degrees, the same temperature we had here on Friday night in the Revs 6-5 10-inning win. Obviously not ideal baseball conditions, but when you get to late April and early May, the weather is kind of a toss-up. The 0-2, breaking ball tapped into the ground foul to the third base side. Sportman stays alive at the plate, and it's still kind of that in-between temperatures between the cold of winter and the warmth of summer. And sometimes you get the nice, warm 70-plus degree days, and sometimes you'll get the chilly 50-degree days. And we've got the latter here today. Another 0-2 from Fisher. Winds and fires. And Sportman fouls it over the screen off the facing of the suite level. And it comes right back down below behind home plate. Sportman has been a tough out for the Ducks starting games in this series. He led off game 1 of this series on Friday night with a double to left center and a 9-pitch at bat. And then yesterday led off the game with a triple. 0-2 here is lined into center field, this time right at Ray Fuentes, who now drifts in a couple steps and makes it a catch. Sportman is retired, and there's one away here in the top of the first inning.
Second baseman, number 4.
Alexi Casilla will now come to the plate. Cloudy skies up overhead. The lights are on here at Bethpage Ballpark with those cloudy skies. Wind is blowing in from right field towards home plate. And not a great day to be a hitter by any stretch of the imagination, either with the temperatures, with the wind, with the rain. It's not good to hit in conditions like this. But Casilla gets in a one deep to left field. Daniel Fields going back at the warning track, looks up, and you can forget it. It is a solo home run out to left field for Alexi Casilla, his first home run of the season. And the Revolution get on the scoreboard first for the 3rd straight game. They lead it 1-0. So Casilla must have heard me talking about it not being a great day to be a hitter, because he was all over that pitch from Jake Fisher. And on most nights, that'd be way out of the ballpark, but Fields had a little bit of a chance at making that play until that ball just drifted over the fence. So Casilla with his first home run and 3rd RBI of the season, and the Revolution have the game's first run. York has scored a run in the first inning in each of the 3 games in this series. Now Mesa lines one into left field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. Fields will pick it up and fire it back in. And on back-to-back pitches, the Revolution have hits off of Fisher. So Casilla with the home run now, 7 of 23 on the year. Mesa now 8 of 34 on the season with that single. Mesa has a home run and 5 RBIs. Here's the first baseman and cleanup hitter, Telvin Nash, to the plate, batting from the right side. First pitch from Fisher, and there's a fastball strike over the inside corner, 0-1. Nash had 8 of 28 on the season, a .286 average, 1 homer and 4 RBIs. Fisher gets the sign from Sanchez and comes set, and throws over to first to chase Mesa back to the bag. Mesa no stolen bases, no caught stealing yet either this season. So now it'll be an 0-1 delivery. Fisher from the stretch looks to first, deals to the plate. Nash swings a line drive into right center field. Over into the gap it goes. David Washington, though, is there to make the catch. Had it played well. And Nash retired on the deep fly ball to right for the second out here in this first inning. Defensively for the Ducks today, Daniel Fields in left field. Ray Fuentes, the center fielder. And David Washington around and right. Outfielders have been very active here in the early going. On the infield from left to right, Avonda Jesus Jr. starts once again at third base. Rando Moreno is the shortstop. second baseman Steve Lombardozzi, and over at first base is Mike Olt. Doing the catching behind the plate, Hector Sanchez, and his counterpart behind the plate, Isaiah Tejeda. The catcher and 5-hitter will step up to bat for the York Revolution. So here is Tejeda to bat. Off to a bit of a slow start here this season, but had himself a good night at the plate last night, collecting 2 hits and a walk in his 4 at-bats. Pitch taken inside for ball number 1. I should say 4 plate appearances because he had the walk there. So came up 4 times, was on base 3 of those times. On the year, he's 5 of 29, a 172 hitter. No homers or RBIs just yet. He's got Melky Mesa at first, with 2 men out and the Revs out to an early 1-0 lead. Fisher set, and his first pitch, Tejeda swings, fouls this one back behind the plate. And that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Revolution swinging the bat very much early in the count here today. Fisher hasn't had to throw a lot of pitches at all in this first inning, and the Reds are expecting good pitches to hit first pitch of the at-bat. So that is certainly an adjustment Fisher is going to have to make if the Revs are going to be swinging early in the count. Can't pump fastballs down the middle, otherwise the Revs are going to hit them. 1-1. Fisher comes set. Mesa takes his lead. Fisher turns, throws to first, and Mesa is back there safely. For Fisher, this is his second start of the year. He pitched on Tuesday against the Barnstormers in Lancaster and got the win as the Ducks defeated the Barnstormers 5-4. From the stretch, it'll be a 1-1. Fisher delivers, and this swung on and missed. Good breaking ball diving down and in. Fisher's been known since joining the Ducks for that big looping breaking ball. Certainly takes a lot off of it when he fires it into the plate, but he's able to mix that up with his fastball, which actually appears a lot faster as it comes in than it actually is because of that slow movement on the breaking ball. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Curveball again. This one's lined into left field, and that ball's going to get down for a base hit. To second goes Mesa. He'll stop there. A hard hit single by Isaiah Tejeda. 3rd hit of the inning for the York Revolution. And the Revs now set up with runners at first and second with 2 men down for the right fielder, Wellington Dotel. So Fisher's given up a couple of hard-hit baseballs here in this first inning. Everything driven to the outfield. A fly out to center, a home run to left, a single to left, a fly out to deep right, and a single to left. Now it's Dotel from the right side. Fisher's first pitch, and that pitch taken high and outside for ball number 1. Revolution will have guys hitting all from the right side. They called a balk here. Oh, wow, my mistake. They called a balk on Jake Fisher. And so the runners will move to second and third. So Jake Fisher called for a balk. That allows the runners to move to second and third base respectively. Mesa goes to third, and Tejeda goes to second. And now 2 in scoring position with 2 men out. Now the first pitch at Dotel, and he'll swing and foul one back to the screen behind home plate. Another first pitch swing. And so the count 0-1. Dotel at 296 on the year, 8 hits in his first 27 at bats, no home runs and 1 run batted in. Alexi Casilla's solo home run has put the Revolution on top here in inning number 1. Now the 0-1 delivery, and Dotel takes the breaking ball low and inside, evening the count up at 1-1. The home run hit by Alexi Casilla, the first home run of the season for the York Revolution. For Casilla and of this series, their first home run. Overall, it's York's 5th home run of the year. So now it'll be a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch. Fisher fires, and Dotel swing and a miss. Good breaking ball down and in. And Dotel swung over the top of it for strike 2. So Fisher now a strike 3 away from getting out of further trouble. He would love to hold the damage to just a 1 run on the Casilla home run. Mesa leads from third and Tejeda from second with 2 down. And now time called here by Totel as Fisher was coming set up on the rubber. Fisher had 16 pitches in the first inning. He's throwing 14 of them for strikes. He's throwing a lot of strikes here in this first inning, but has given up 3 hard-hit baseballs to this point. And the 1-2 delivery is a fastball that missed up and inside. Totel able to raise the hands, take the pitch for ball 2, evening the count at 2-2. As mentioned, the Ducks get a day off tomorrow, their first off day of the season since it started last Friday. And then they'll open up a 3-game series here against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, before the Ducks head back on the road for 7. 2-2. Breaking ball lifted foul. First base side. This will go back up out of play into the seats. So Totel fights off the pitch, stays alive at the plate. We'll do it once again at 2-2. Revolution, meanwhile, as we mentioned, will return home following the game today. They'll take about the 4.5 hour drive back west. And York opens up a series at home against the Somerset Patriots tomorrow. 3 against the Patriots, 4 against the High Point Rockers, who will make their first visit to Peoples Bank Park. 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out pitch with 2 in scoring position. Here is the 2-2. Fouled back behind the plate. Another ball that Totel's able to spoil and stay alive at the plate. Youngster gets the baseball, and we'll do it once again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Totel yesterday for the Revolution had a hit in 4 at-bats. It was a single. Also reached on an error and stole a base. Fisher looks into the sign from Sanchez. Now has the pitch he likes. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball lifted in the air to left center field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. 2 runs will score as Mesa and Tejeda come in. 2 out, 2 strike, 2-run single for Wellington Totel. And the Revolution lead is now 3.
Now batting, third baseman.
So Jake Fisher was unable to win the battle, and on the 7th pitch of the at-bat, Totel singles to left center field, picks up his 2nd and 3rd runs batted into the year. And now 4 hits and 3 runs for the Revolution here in the opening inning. So both Mesa and Tejeda scoring on the play. For Mesa, it is his 3rd run. For Tejeda, it's also his 3rd. And now the 7th man about of the inning is 3rd baseman Nate Coronado. Fisher is ready. And the first pitch to Coronado. Fastball taken up and outside for ball number 1. Coronado has been the Revs' best hitter in the early going, hitting .385, 10 hits in his first 26 at-bats. But still no homers or RBIs yet on the season. He had the day off yesterday. 1-0. That's Scott in the air foul, first base side out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. Fisher up to 22 pitches here in this first inning. Again, throwing a lot of strikes, but the Revolution have been on a lot of the pitches. Hasn't gotten many swings and misses during the course of this inning thus far. You wonder if the weather and the chill has anything to do with that. 1-1. Fisher delivers, and Coronado takes a fastball upstairs, just a little bit above the letters, moving the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. But Troy Tersey getting some early run support from his team. Obviously, Tersey has had some struggles, and the Reds trying to get as many runs on the scoreboard as they can early on. Totel leads at first with 2 down. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off to the first base side. That one drifts out of play. It'll even up the count at 2-2. The last start that Fisher had, he had really only 1 bad inning in it. Otherwise was very good, but had 1 tough inning that he gave up all 3 of the earned runs that he allowed. Aside from that, was very good. And so, Ducks hoping that this first inning is the only bad one for Fisher today. 2-2, 2-out pitch on the way to Nate Coronado. Fisher looks to first. He deals to the plate, and the breaking ball is grounded foul. down the left field line. So another 2-strike foul ball here by the Revolution. On my count, that's the 5th 2-strike foul ball that York has had in this inning against Fisher. Coronado staying alive at home plate here, beginning this ball game. 3 runs in the top of the first inning for the Revolution on 4 hits. 2-2. Breaking ball ripped to the left side. That one is through for a base hit. That's the shortstop, Rando Moreno. Making 5 hard hit base hits to the outfield. 3 straight here with 2 outs in the inning. To second goes Dotel. Another hit for Coronado. This is his 11th of the year. Again, this would be a time that you would expect to see a mound visit from either a pitching coach, a catcher, or manager to try and settle Fisher down. But with the new rules being experimented in the Atlantic League this year, teams cannot make any mound visits unless it's a change of pitcher or due to an injury. And so, Fisher, who's allowed 5 hits in this first inning, including 3 straight here with 2 outs, has to try and find a way to bear down and get out of trouble. First pitch on the way to Castillo. That's driven in the air to right field well. Back goes David Washington at the wall. He looks up. It's one hopping off the wall. In to score from second is Dotel. Stopping at third base will be Coronado. An RBI double to right field for Henry Castillo, and it is 4-0 Revolution.
Now batting, left fielder, number 2, Justin Trapp.
For Castillo, his 4th double of the year already. Collects his 2nd RBI of the season. So scoring was Dotel with his 5th run. Going from first to third was Coronado. And now the Revs have batted around in this first inning. The 9-hitter is Justin Trapp, the left fielder for the York Revolution. Now here's Trapp from the right side. First pitch from Fisher. And Trapp takes inside, almost caught him on the arm. And the count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Trapp on the year with 5 hits in his first 17 at-bats, a .294 average, no homers, 3 RBIs. Now the 1-0, and Trapp takes a fastball upstairs from Fisher. 2 balls and no strikes quickly here on Trapp with runners at second and third and 2 men out. 29 pitches now here in this first inning for Jake Fisher. 6 hits for the York Revolution in this inning. Fly in the air down the right field line. Mike Olt will give it a look. But this will drift foul and out of play up onto the concourse. And that moves the count to 2-1. Well, there's still, as we mentioned, plenty of time for the Ducks offense in this game, pending that the weather stays away. And given the struggles of Terzi, certainly a possibility. The Ducks just have to find a way out of trouble here, but Fisher misses high with a fastball. And the count 3-1. We can't tell from here whether or not anybody's warming up yet. The Ducks certainly don't want to have to go to their bullpen this early if they can avoid it. They do have an off day tomorrow. In all likelihood, Joe Iorio unavailable today after pitching 2 innings yesterday, but the rest of the bullpen should be. Here's the 3-1, and Trapp takes a strike on the outside corner, running the count full at 3-2. So Fisher, who on 3 separate occasions has gotten to 2 strikes here in this inning with a chance to end the inning, is back to 2 strikes again. Here's the payoff. And Trapp grounds this one to third. Ivan De Jesus Jr. gobbles it up, throws across the diamond in time for the out, and that will retire the side. The damage certainly done in the top of the first inning as the Revolution sent all 9 men to the plate. They get 4 runs in the inning on 6 hits. There were no errors, and York leaves 2 on base. After a half inning of play, the Revolution lead the Ducks 4-0.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Sayville Ford, the no-fees dealer, has been family-owned and operated since 1957. Their state-of-the-art facility features a spacious showroom with a giant inventory of new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Plus, every vehicle comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Some exclusions apply. And their service department is open from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. with enclosed service drives for your convenience and comfort. Sayville Ford, Long Island's Ford giant, is conveniently located off exit 50 on Sunrise Highway or online at sayvilleford.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt, and autographed baseball. Refreshments including hot dogs, chips, cupcakes, frozen ice treats, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Well, the Ducks are going to look to bounce back here as we play in the bottom of the first inning. Revolution out to an early 4-0 lead over the Ducks as they put up 6 hits in the top of the first against Jake Fisher. A solo homer by Alexi Casilla, a 2-run single by Wellington Dotel, and an RBI double by Henry Castillo doing the damage. And so the Ducks will head to the plate against righty Troy Tersey and will look to immediately try and cut into this 4-run deficit. So here's Ray Fuentes to lead off, the lefty hitting center fielder for the Ducks. Tersey winds, and the first pitch is taken low. 1 ball and no strikes. Fuentes out to a .343 batting average to begin the season. He's got 12 hits in his first 35 at-bats, 1 homer and 8 runs batted in. A 1-0, and there's a strike over the outside corner. Tersey evens the count at 1-1. Fuentes extended his hitting streak to 8 consecutive games to begin the year last night. A 1-1 inside, able to raise the hands and take the pitch. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike on Fuentes, who will be followed by Steve Lombardozzi and David Washington in this bottom of the first inning. 2-1, drive down the right field line. It's going to hook foul, though, and into the seats out of play. That'll even up the count at 2-2. Good piece of contact made there by Fuentes, just a little bit out in front. Again, the wind is blowing in from right field here today, sometimes towards home plate, sometimes towards the first base stands. 2-2, lays off the high fastball, and Fuentes works the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shortstop shaded up the middle, that is Henry Castillo. Here comes the payoff pitch to the plate, and Fuentes a swing and a miss for strike 3. He chased down and in. First strikeout of the game for Tersey, and there's 1 away here in the opening inning. As we mentioned during the pregame show, Tersey making his 2nd start of the year. He started on Tuesday at home against the New Britain Bees, lasted 2 2/3 innings, and allowed 4 runs, all of them earned on 7 hits, walked 2 and struck out 3. Took a no decision in York's 8-7 win. Deals a strike here, does Tersey, over the inside corner. 0-1 on Lombardozzi. 9 for his first 33 this year, a .273 batting average. From the line, here's the 0-1. Tersey kicks and fires, and Lombardozzi fouls it back behind the plate. Just caught a piece of it in the count, 0-2. No homers and 5 RBIs for Lombardozzi. He has scored 7 runs and drawn 5 walks, and has done especially well here this year against the York Revolution. Tersey's 0-2. Lombardozzi a check swing. They appeal to third and no swing, says today's third base umpire Steve Bartelstein. And so the count moves to 1-2. Bartelstein joined by first base umpire Derek Brooks and the man behind the plate calling balls and strikes, Fred DeJesus, this afternoon. 1-2. Lined into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Wellington Dotel will pick it up and fire it back in. And a leadoff single, or excuse me, a 1-out single, my mistake, for Steve Lombardozzi.
David Washington.
comes David Washington up to the plate. He gets the day in the third spot of the order. Lou Ford gets the day off today. First pitch, and Washington takes a fastball a little bit low and inside. Didn't miss by much. 1 ball and no strikes on Washington, who comes in at 286 on the year, 8 for 28, 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. 1-0. Kicking the pitch. Washington a bullet into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Lombardozio around second. He'll head for third. Washington turns first and goes for 2. And he's in there standing up with a double. Good piece of contact by David Washington as he sends a bullet line drive past the second baseman Alexi Casilla. So David Washington with a double to right center field. Lombardozzi goes corner to corner. And for David Washington, that is his 3rd double and 5th extra base hit here of the young season. So Long Island trying to cut into this 4-run deficit. They've now got runners at second and third with nobody out. Excuse me, with 1 out. And here is the cleanup hitter, Mike Olt, playing first base this afternoon. First pitch, and Olt takes a breaking ball over the inside corner for a strike. And the count 0-1. Coming into the day, Jonathan Galvez of New Britain and Hector Gomez of High Point led the league with 6 extra base hits. So David Washington right behind them as he now has 5. Holds with 3 RBIs on the year. And the 0-1 from Choi Terzi. Kicks and deals. Olt a half swing at a breaking ball downstairs. Frustrated with himself that he went after it. Tried to hold up, but could not do so. And Terzi quickly gets ahead at 0-2. Fly ball here could get a run in. Lombardozzi with good speed at third. David Washington has great speed at second base as well. Taeda flashes the signs. A long look in here for Terzi, and now he comes set. 0-2 delivery. And Olt a swing and a miss for strike 3. Chased it. Down and away, and on 3 pitches, Mike Olt goes down on strikes. Second K of the inning for Terzi. And with 2 away, that is going to leave it up to the catcher, Hector Sanchez. Strikeout number 12 on the season already for Mike Olt. And he is now just 2 for his first 25. So 2 away, that'll leave it up to Hector Sanchez, who gets back into the lineup after the day off yesterday. Terzi gets the sign and comes set. First pitch, Sanchez takes a little bit up and outside. Count moves to 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Sanchez at 7 for 25, 4 RBIs, 4 runs scored. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball by Terzi, and Sanchez swings through it over the outer half of the plate. Evens up the count at 1-1. Terzi made 4 starts a year ago with the Revs, 1-0, a 5.79 ERA as he joined the club late in the year on August the 16th. One of those starts came against the Ducks in York. Lombardozzi at third, Washington at second with 2 outs. Here comes the 1-1. Kicking the pitch. Sanchez checks a swing on the breaking ball downstairs. Would not fish after it. And the count 2-1. Ducks trying to cut into a 4-0 lead for the York Revolution. As the Revs got 4 runs on 6 hits in their half of the first against Jake Fisher. Ducks with 2 hits here in the bottom of the inning. The runners remain at second and third. Now comes the 2-1. Here's the pitch. Sanchez drives one in the air to left. Backing up on it, Justin Trapp. Now he moves in, and he'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. So the Ducks threaten to cut into the lead, but they cannot do so as Olt strikes out and Sanchez pops to left. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left for the Ducks. And after 1 inning of play, it's the Revolution 4 and the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Bennett Perry, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Hey kids, are you looking for even more fun when you come out to a Long Island Ducks game? Then be sure to head on over to the brand new Ducks Fun Zone. It's located on the main concourse down the right field line. There you'll find 3 brand new inflatables, including the Duck Tail Slide, the Bounce House, and an obstacle course. Enjoy unlimited access to all 3 inflatables for just $5 every game. That's the Long Island Ducks Fun Zone, open during all home games at Bethpage Ballpark.
So we go to the second inning. The Revolution out to a 4-0 lead over the Long Island Ducks. Jake Fisher back to the mound for his second inning of work. And Fisher hoping to respond after a tough top of the first inning in which he gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. Now the Ducks threatened to cut into it with 2 runs in the bottom half of the inning with 1 out. 2 hits in the bottom half of the inning with 1 out. But a pair of outs ended the threat. Troy Tersey gets through the first inning unharmed. Fans are reminded that the 20th anniversary season of Long Island Ducks baseball is presented by Good Samaritan Hospital Medical Center, a member of the Catholic Health Services of Long Island. They are at the heart of health. So we go to the second and back to the top of the order, as it is going to be J.P. Sportman leading things off for the Revolution, who flied to center his first time up. First pitch, and that is taken inside for ball number 1. Sportman now 8 of 31 on the year after the flyout, and here he lines one in a right. Back goes David Washington at the track at the wall. He jumps up, and he makes the catch. A nice grab by David Washington in deep right field as Sportman got into one the other way, but Washington able to track it down for the first out of this second inning. The outfielder certainly being tested here in the early going of this game, as the Revs have been driving the ball to the outfield pretty much every time they've come to the plate. In fact, the only member of the Revs who hit one that stayed on the infield was the 9-hitter Justin Trapp, as he grounded out to third base to end the first inning. Here a line drive up the middle, that's going to get to the outfield. A base hit for Alexi Casilla, his second hit of the day, as he singles to center following his first inning home run out to left. So the 7th hit of the afternoon given up by Fisher. Now with 1 on and 1 out, that'll bring up Melky Mesa. As we talked about in the first inning, the Revs are swinging very early in the count against Fisher. In that first inning, Casilla's home run was on the first pitch, as was his single here. Mesa's single in the first, and Castillo's double, all coming on the first pitch. The fly out by Nash was on the second pitch, and a lot of the other outs, in which there were foul balls and swings and misses, were early in the count. So Revolution are swinging early in the count here today against Fisher. There's no doubt about it, and it'll be up to the lefty to try and make the adjustment. Big lead for Casilla at first. Fisher looking over that way. And now we're going to get a timeout called, as Casilla looked like he was about to start going to second. So Fisher keeping a close eye on Casilla, who this year has no stolen bases yet, hasn't been caught stealing, but certainly has good speed. First pitch to Mesa, and he swings it. It's a bullet fair inside the bag at third, and that is down the left field line. Around second, going for third is Casilla, and in safely at second base with a double is Melky Mesa. Another first pitch swing and another hard hit baseball off of Jake Fisher. Mesa with a double, his first of the year. Casilla goes from corner to corner. And now with runners at second and third and 1 out, up to the plate is going to step Telvin Nash. Ed Lynch, the pitching coach for the Ducks, is near the top step of the dugout. Looks like he's trying to look down towards the bullpen down the right field line to see if whoever he's got warming is ready, or maybe even to get somebody warming. I do see a baseball going back and forth, so somebody has to be warming I can't say I'm surprised given Fisher's allowed 4 runs on 8 hits to this point. First pitch, and Nash takes a breaking ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So back-to-back hits on the first pitch from Fisher. Single and a double. And the Revs have runners at second and third with 1 man out. Left-hander gets the sign and comes set. And the 1-0 popped up in the air deep down the right field line. This is going to slice foul and out of play. Out into the seats, and the count even add a ball on a strike. Fisher right now at 39 pitches for the game. 29 of those have been for strikes, so he's got a good ball-to-strike ratio going. But he has been seeing a lot of baseballs get hit hard by this Revolution offense against him. The 1-1 was fouled off. Got jammed that time, did Nash. And it's fouled to the first base side. Running the count 2-1-2. On this chilly Sunday afternoon, the Revolution bats are still going red hot. They were quieted yesterday, allowed just a 1 run in the first inning, but swinging much better here early in the game today against Fisher. 1-2, and Nash lays off the curveball and misses down and in. That'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Second baseman Lombardozzi shaded towards the middle of the infield, still on the first base side of the bag, but playing Nash to pull. And Mike Alt well off the bag at first base with Nash at the plate. Casilla leads from third, Mesa from second. And the 2-2 curveball just outside. Fisher tried the backdoor breaking ball over the outer half of the plate to get strike 3, but missed a little bit too far outside, and the count full at 3-2. First base is open, but a walk would load the bases for Isaiah Tejeda, who singled his first time up. Runners take their leads. Fisher looks in for the sign from Sanchez. And now the payoff pitch. Fisher deals, and the fastball misses low and inside for ball 4. So Jake Fisher, who did not walk a batter in his first start of the year over 6 1/3 innings, allows his first walk here today, and that's going to spell the end of the day for the left-hander. As Ed Lynch, the pitching coach for the Ducks, comes out of the dugout, and he is going to make the pitching change. So Jake Fisher, one of the shortest starts, maybe the shortest start of his Ducks career. Looking back, and I do believe that is the shortest start of his Ducks career. He'll give the baseball to Ed Lynch. We'll have a pitching change with 1 out and the bases loaded, top half of the second inning, and the Revolution already out to a 4-0 lead.
Hey fans, this is manager Wally Backman, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Imagine you can't feel your arm, you can't speak. There's a blood clot in your brain, you're having a stroke. You're taken to the Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center at Good Samaritan Hospital, the South Shore's only comprehensive stroke center. Now imagine a team of neurosurgeons with the most advanced equipment, pinpointing the blood clot and the quickest way to remove it. And imagine coming home with no side effects. The Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center at Good Samaritan Hospital, 631-376-4444, a member of Catholic Health Services.
Tickets for your Long Island Ducks are on sale now. With 20 fireworks shows, new on-field promotions, and premium giveaways throughout the season, don't miss out on all the family fun at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey Ducks fans, it's Wally Backman, manager of your Long Island Ducks. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the ballpark this year. Get tickets at liducks.com.
For tickets, call 631-940-TIXX or head to liducks.com.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Well, Jake Fisher with the shortest start of his Ducks career. He is lifted from the game after just 1 1/3 innings today. Clearly did not have his best stuff. He allowed 6 hard-hit baseballs that were hits in the first inning, plus a couple that were outs. And after allowing a deep fly ball to right field to begin the second, has allowed a single, a double, and a walk, as the Revolution have loaded the bases and are in danger of blowing this game wide open. So the Ducks go to their bullpen, and into the ball game is right-hander Jose Quas, who will take the mound for Long Island, trying to get out of trouble here and keep the Ducks in this game. The Ducks bullpen to this point this year has been spectacular, and the other night on Monday did everything in their power to keep the Ducks in the game and allowed Long Island to come back from 5 runs down and tie the game late, although they did lose in extra innings. Here's Isaiah Tejeda to the plate. First pitch from Jose Quas, and he misses low and outside for ball number 1. Tejeda singled his first time up with 2 down in the first inning, part of a streak of 4 straight 2-out hits by the Revs off of Fisher that extended their lead from 1-0 to 4-0. The 1-0 pitch coming from Quas. Gets the sign, comes set, deals, and Tejeda takes a fastball strike over the outside corner, 1-1. For Quas, this is his 5th relief appearance of the year. He's got 1 save and has allowed 1 hit and 3 walks over 5 2/3 innings, striking out 8. Has hit 2 batters as well. But overall, the 0 in the run column, the most important thing. 1-1, and Tejeda hits a ground ball towards second. Lombardozzi fields. He flips to short for 1. The turn to first is in time. Just what the doctor ordered for Quas and the Ducks. A 4-6-3 inning-ending double play, and the threat canceled for the York Revolution. So in the inning, no runs, 2 hits, a walk. And because of the double play, 2 left on base. We will head to the bottom of the second inning. The lead's still 4-0 for the Revolution.
Hey fans, this is infielder David Washington, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Excellent job by Jose Quas as he escapes a bases-loaded 1-out jam coming out of the bullpen in relief of lefty Jake Fisher. Quas induces a 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Isaiah Tejeda to keep York off the scoreboard. And so the Ducks stay within 4, and that's been the MO for this bullpen thus far. Whenever they've gotten into trouble, they seem to find their way out of it. We talked about earlier when Quas took over how good this Ducks bullpen has been this year. Here's some numbers to back it up. Bullpen pitched 4 scoreless innings yesterday. They have a 1.51 ERA this year.
Just 6 earned runs allowed in 35 2/3 innings of work. That has been success. And a great job by Quast to get out of trouble there in the second. So we go to the bottom of inning number 2, and the first pitch here misses low and outside for ball 1 to Ivan De Jesus Jr. It'll be De Jesus Jr., Mazzilli, and Fields to bat here in the second inning for the Flock. Terzi's 1-0, and De Jesus Jr. takes the slider on the outside corner for a strike, evening up the count at 1-1. De Jesus Jr. at 286 on the year, 10 hits in his first 35 at-bats, no homers and 5 RBIs. A 1-1. Fastball misses up high, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Terzi's fastball can hit the 90s. He does throw hard, mixes up his pitch as well. The 2-1, and that misses low. It's 3-1. The problems for Terzi have been when either A, he runs into command issues, although he was very good at avoiding command trouble last year and allowing walks, but he did allow 23 hits in 18 2/3 innings. 3-1 is low here, and of course, there is the command not being there. And he issues a walk to lead off the second inning.
Number 18, L.J. Mazzilli.
So here's the newest acquisition for the Ducks. It's the designated hitter L.J. Mazzilli who comes to the plate, the son of 14-year Major League veteran Lee Mazzilli. And L.J. Mazzilli, a former Mets prospect, played for the Yankees at AAA last year, and now makes his Ducks debut here this afternoon. First pitch, and Mazzilli lays off the slider down and away. He checked his swing. They appeal the first, and Derek Brooks not even paying attention. Home plate umpire Fred De Jesus is asking whether or not it was a ball or a strike, and Brooks finally said there was no swing. So the count goes to 1 ball and no strikes on Mazzilli, who last year had 246 in 83 games combined between AAA Las Vegas and AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Takes low here, and the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. 7 homers, 26 RBIs last year for Mazzilli. Was in spring training with the Yankees this year before they released him at the end of March. Terzi comes set as De Jesus Jr. leads at first. 2-0. There's a fastball strike over the outside corner, and that will move the count to 2-1. It's also a reunion for Mazzilli, as he's reunited with Wally Backman, who he played twice for with Las Vegas. Two-one, drive in the air deep down the right field line. It's going to slice foul, though, and into the seats. Down in section 218, the last section of box seats down the right field line, evens the count at 2-2. But Mazzilli played 1 game in AAA with Backman as the manager in 2014, and then played again at Las Vegas in 2016 under Backman. 2-2 the count. Terzi comes set at the belt. Kicks and deals, and Mazzilli hits a ground ball to the left side in the hole. The shortstop Castillo fields. Off balance throw to second for 1. That's all they'll get. So 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Hit in 2 by Mazzilli. He is on board with 1 out of the inning. And that will bring to the plate the left fielder Daniel Fields. So Mazzilli with the fielder's choice ground out. Now Daniel Fields, who has homered in 2 straight games here on the homestand, will step up to the plate for Long Island. Ducks trailing by 4 in the bottom of the second. First pitch on the way, and Fields will take a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Fields with 4 hits in his first 14 at-bats this year, 286 average, but he's also drawn 6 walks in the early going. 2 homers, 3 RBIs. The 0-1, fastball runs low and inside, and that evens up the count at 1-1. Terzi faced the Ducks last Sunday in New York, and Long Island's 8-4 victory came in a pitch in relief and allowed hits to all 5 batters he faced, all of them singles. 1-1 here is inside and low. Fields getting out of the way of it in the count 2-1. Was lifted from the game without recording a single out as Long Island attacked York's bullpen for a 3rd straight day and came away with another big victory. 8-4 was the final last Sunday. 2-1. Fields checks a swing, takes a strike on the outside corner. Fields thought it was low and away, but Fred DeJesus Jr. calls it a strike. Fred DeJesus, excuse me. And that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. If Fields does anything but hit into a double play, Randall Moreno will step up next for Long Island. Mazzilli takes his lead at first base. Last year, 2 of 4 in the stolen base department. Here's the 2-2. Drive in the air foul down the left field line. That's well out of play. Rain has not been kind in the Atlantic League today. A couple of other games already postponed. The Bees and the Patriots up in New Britain, and the Barnstormers and Blue Crabs in Southern Maryland both rained out. What's a Blue Crabs Barnstormers series without a rain out? They always seem to get affected by the bad weather. 2-2. Fields takes the fastball inside, and that'll run the count full at 3-2. See if Mazzilli takes off from first on the next pitch. Skeeters defeated the Rockers 8-4 in Game 1 of their doubleheader. Game 2 underway now, and the Rockers out to a 1-0 lead. Payoff pitch on the way. Tersey deals, and Fields takes outside for ball 4. So make that 7 walks on the year for Daniel Fields as he draws the 1-out free pass. Second walk of the inning issued by Tersey. Mazzilli makes his way to second base. Fields is on at first, and up to the plate for the Ducks is going to step their 9-hitter and shortstop, Randall Moreno. Fields has 7 walks now, tied for the league lead with David Washington of the Ducks, who also has 7. So here's Moreno, the switch-hitting shortstop from the left side. First pitch, he squares the bunt and ends up taking the pitch for a strike, 0-1. Surprise there with 1 out. As Moreno looked like maybe he was just trying to keep the defense honest there. So 0-1 on Moreno, who had 3 hits last night, drove in 2 runs. All 3 of the hits were singles. There's the 0-1 pitch. And Moreno was swinging a miss as he chased downstairs. Tersey quickly getting in the ahead in the count at 0-2. Moreno last year had 32 multi-hit games, 17 multi-RBI games with San Rafael and the Pacific Association. Got his first of each last night. Runners lead from first and second, 1 out. Now time called at home plate. Tersey will go through the signs again with Tejeda. 4-0 Revolution, bottom of the second. The Ducks with 2 on for the second straight inning. They had 2 hits in the first, 2 walks here in the second. The 0-2, and he lays off the breaking ball down and away. Moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Revs are out hitting the Ducks 8-2 here in the early going. All 8 hits against starter Jake Fisher, who was lifted after an inning and a third today. The 1-2. Tersey kicks, fires, and Moreno, a ground ball hit to short. Gobbled up by Castillo, flips to second for 1. The turn to first is not in time. Moreno just beat it out. Close play at first base. Moreno's speed keeps the inning alive for the Ducks. The second fielder's choice of the inning. This will go 6-4 on the putout. To third base goes Mazzilli. Fields out at second. So Mazzilli at third with 2 down, and here is Ray Fuentes to the plate. With runners at the corners. Fuentes a strikeout victim his first time up. First pitch coming up here as Fuentes digs back in. Fuentes got the count to 3-2 his first time up before the strikeout. Tersey has K2 this afternoon. First pitch, and Fuentes takes on the outside corner, a slider for strike 1. To this point, Troy Tersey has thrown a total of 41 pitches in the game, 23 of which are strikes. Mazzilli the runner at third base, Moreno the runner at first. Moreno with the better speed. The 0-1, check swing, pitch just missed a little low. They want an appeal, and no swing, says Steve Bartelstein. The third base umpire, though, stationed out by second right now, and the count 1-1. Wind blowing in from right towards home plate. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch from Terzi, and Fuentes takes off the outside corner and low. Another off-speed pitch from the right-hander, and it moves the count to 2-1. Terzi trying to escape trouble for the second inning in a row. Comes set at the belt, and the pitch is a slider taken for a strike, belt high. So Fuentes now has a count of 2-2 on him. 2 walks in the inning issued by Terzi, with fielder's choices following the walks. And that'll be a 2-2 from the right-hander. Terzi is ready to go. Runners take their leads off the corners. And the pitch. Fuentes a tapper into the ground foul, first base side. So he stays alive at the plate. Terzi, by the way, stands on the mound at 5'11", 200 pounds, out of Wallingford, Connecticut. Was born there, still lives there. Just 24 years old. And in his second professional season after, again, making 4 starts a year ago with the Revolution late. Here's the 2-2 once again to Fuentes. Terzi delivers, runner at first goes, and the pitch is cut on and missed for strike 3. So Ray Fuentes strikes out for the second time today. For the second inning in a row, Troy Terzi escapes trouble. No runs in the inning, there were no hits, but a couple of walks. Now the Ducks leave 2 on base for the second inning in a row. We head to the third here at Bethpage Ballpark, 4-0 Revolution.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Jake Fisher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Go Ducks.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLiny.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Michael Pollack with you here back at Bethpage Ballpark. We make our way to the top half of the third inning. And the Long Island Ducks with a 4-0 lead over the with trailing 4-0 against the York Revolution. And we have a pitching change here as left-hander Sean Nolan will take over on the mound for his first appearance in a Long Island Ducks uniform. Nolan was signed here on Friday prior to the home opener for the Ducks. And so Nolan will take the mound for the first time. A little bit surprised that Jose Cuas is done after facing just one batter. He threw only 3 pitches. But manager Wally Backman saw what he needed. Cuas got the outs that he needed on a double play ball to get Fisher out of further trouble. And now they're going to want to take a look at Sean Nolan. And maybe Nolan goes a few innings and tries to show what he can do on the hill. Ducks haven't seen him pitch yet since joining the team. And Nolan could potentially slide into a rotation spot or be a guy that backs up another. We'll see. First pitch here is taken for a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. The Ducks will have Tim Adelman starting on Wednesday night against the Blue Crabs. The 0-1, and that fastball high and tight, 1-1. As Adelman slides into the spot that was occupied by Tim Melville, whose contract was purchased on Friday by the Colorado Rockies organization. 1-1 pitch. Line drive into right field. There's a base hit. So Wellington Dotel goes the other way to right for a single, his second single of the night. The Revs with their 9th hit of the ball game already. So Jake Fisher today goes 1 1/3 innings. He ends up allowing 4 runs, all earned on 8 hits and 1 walk. Did not strike out a batter, gave up the home run to Casilla in the first. He threw 43 pitches, 30 of them for strikes. First pitch hit to Nate Coronado, and Nolan misses low for ball number 1. And Jose Cuas, 2/3 of an inning, zeros across as he gets the double play to get out of this second. Coronado will signal his first time up out to left field on a 2-2 pitch. Nolan's 1-0. That's skied in the air foul back behind the plate off to the first base side of it, evening the count at 1-1. Nolan, meanwhile, stands on the mound for the Ducks at 6'4", 245 pounds, lives in Scottsdale, Arizona now, but is a Long Island native, was born in Seaford, attended Seaford High School. So coming back home to pitch for his hometown team. So Tell takes his lead, the 1-1 from Nolan. Here's a fastball strike over the outside corner. And that'll move the count to 1-2. And the 29-year-old Sean Nolan, who began this season at Double-A with Birmingham, makes his first appearance here with Long Island. 1-2 pitch to Coronado is a curveball on the inside corner, strike 3 called. Good breaking ball there from left-hander Sean Nolan. First strikeout of the game for the Ducks pitching staff and of Nolan's Ducks career. 1 away, and that will bring up Henry Castillo, the switch hitting shortstop. So we'll see how the Ducks coaching staff handles the rest of this game, needing a lot of innings out of their bullpen, depending on the weather, of course. Throw over to first base by Nolan, and back safely there is Dotel. Whether they try and go an inning at a time just to get everybody a little bit of work, or whether they'll have Nolan go long, if he can, to try and stretch him out a bit. It is misting out. I can see there is a little bit of mist that is coming down. First pitch to Castillo is a breaking ball that misses down and in for ball 1. Castillo swung at the first pitch and drove an RBI double to right field off of Jake Fisher in the first inning, scoring Wellington Dotel with the 4th run of the day. Nolan comes set, and the 1-0 on the ground here towards second. Lombardozzi will field. He'll flip it to short 1. The turn to first is in time. A 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Henry Castillo. After the second inning in a row, the Ducks bullpen induces an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. Excellent job by Sean Nolan, a scoreless inning in his first inning with the flock. No runs, 1 hit, and because of the double play, nobody left. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 3 with the Ducks trailing 4-0.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Daniel Fields, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, so far, Jose Cuas and Sean Nolan have done their job after taking over for Jake Fisher. Both have induced inning-ending 4-6-3 double plays, and they have kept this a 4-0 ball game. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, and that double play that ended the top half of the 3rd inning were the 14th and 15th outs of today's ball game. And did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com. Steve Lombardozzi to lead off the third inning against right-hander Troy Tersey. And Tersey's first pitch is a fastball strike. Thigh high, 0-1. Ducks with 2 hits and 2 walks thus far against Tersey over 2 innings, but nothing to show for it. The 0-1, and that's lifted in the air, foul down the left field line, out of play. Running the count quickly to 0-2. Lombardozzi single to right his first time up back in the opening inning. Got to third on Washington's double, but was stranded at third base. Light rain continues to fall here at Bethpage Ballpark. It'll be an 0-2 delivery. Tersey looks in for the sign from Tejeda. And the kick and the pitch on the way to the plate. Breaking ball down in the dirt. They appeal to third and say that he went around. So that is strike 3 as Lombardozzi couldn't hold up on the half swing. 4th strikeout of the day for Tersey. And there's one away. A lot of strikeouts on the top of the order. Ray Fuentes with 2 in the game. And Lombardozzi and the cleanup hitter Alt each have 1. So 1 away, and here is Washington, who launched a double in his first at-bat. Takes low and inside here. And the count goes to 1-0, a double to the center fielder J.P. Sportman. Washington's 3rd double of the year, 5th extra base hit. And he's now 9 for his first 29 with the average up over 300. The 1-0. Big breaking ball, and that one just catches the outside corner for a strike to even up the count at 1-1. Mike Olt waits in the on-deck circle for the Ducks. Defense shifted to the right side here. And the 1-1 on the ground here to the second baseman, Casilla. He'll field and throw over to first in time for the out. So Washington retired on the 4-3 putout. And they are quickly 2 away. It's time for the Ducks Health Report. That's brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. The 2 former Mets remain out of the lineup, Matt Dendecker and Kirk Neuenhuis. Dendecker missing his 4th straight game. Neuenhuis is 3rd in a row, as they are both dealing with minor injuries. Dendecker, after getting hit on the hand by a pitch in Lancaster. Breaking ball here, taken for a strike by Olt over the inside corner, 0-1. Neuenhuis to his shoulder after he made a tumbling catch in center against the Barnstormers. But Wally Backman saying he hopes both should be back in the lineup on Tuesday when the Ducks open up the homestand series against the Blue Crabs. 2nd series of the homestand, I should say. Here, Olt grounds one to third, fielded and thrown to first by Nate Coronado in time for the out and on target. And the Ducks go down in order for the first time in this game. Troy Tersey with 3 scoreless innings here on this Sunday afternoon. So we head to the 4th on Long Island, 4-0 in favor of the Revolution.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tim Adelman, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Imagine you can't feel your arm, you can't speak. There's a blood clot in your brain, you're having a stroke. You're taken to the Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center at Good Samaritan Hospital, the South Shore's only comprehensive stroke center. Now imagine a team of neurosurgeons with the most advanced equipment, pinpointing the blood clot and the quickest way to remove it. And imagine coming home with no side effects. The Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center at Good Samaritan Hospital, 631-376-4444. A member of Catholic Health Services.
Tickets for your Long Island Ducks are on sale now. With 20 fireworks shows, new on-field promotions, and premium giveaways throughout the season, don't miss out on all the family fun at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey Ducks fans, it's Wally Backman, manager of your Long Island Ducks. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the ballpark this year. Get tickets at liducks.com.
For tickets, call 631-940-TIXX or head to liducks.com.
Hey fans, this is infielder Randall Moreno, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
your way.
New York Sports Day is one of the largest independent New York sports news sources out there for coverage of the Long Island Ducks, the Mets, and the Yankees, major and minor league baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and soccer. Visit nysportsday.com. New York Sports Day, it's your independent Gotham sports news source. Michael Pollack with you here at Bethpage Ballpark on this chilly and rainy Sunday evening, as we are now past 6 o'clock here today. Ducks trailing 4-0. And that was because of the work that the Revolution offense did against Jake Fisher over the first inning and a third of this game. They collected 8 hits and 4 runs, along with a walk-off of Fisher before he exited the game. Jose Quaz took over, induced a double play to end the second. And Sean Nolan, in his Ducks debut, after giving up a single in the third to lead off the inning, got a strikeout and a double play of his own to get out of trouble. So Sean Nolan and Jose Quaz have done their part to this point to keep it 4-0. Unfortunately, the Ducks offense has not been able to cut into the deficit, as Long Island got 2 hits in the first with 1 out but came up empty, and got 2 walks in the second inning but came up empty. They were retired in order in the third by Troy Tersey. And so we go to the fourth. Nolan back out to the mound. It'll be Justin Trapp to lead things off. And the first pitch to Trapp is a fastball strike outside corner. 0-1. Trapp a ground out to third his first time up, back in the opening inning. From the windup, here's the 0-1. Trapp a ground ball to the right side. Mike Alt has it go right through the wickets and into right field. So that is going to be an error on Alt, who again had that ball go straight through his legs. And E3, and the Revs get the leadoff man on base. First error of the season for Mike Alt. He had that ball played perfectly off of the first base bag, and he just went down to get it and either lifted the glove too soon or missed it, almost Bill Buckner style. So the leadoff man is aboard in Justin Trapp, and up to the plate is going to step J.P. Sportman. Nolan's first pitch, and Sportman lines it foul down the right field line up onto the concourse. 0-1 the count. For the Ducks, that is their 8th error of the season. They came into the day with the second best fielding percentage in the Atlantic League at .980. Only Somerset better at .982. And Somerset with just 5 errors committed on the season. The 0-1 missed inside, did Nolan. That'll even up the count at 1-1 on Sportman, who thus far has 2 flyouts on the day, 1 to center, 1 to right. Washington made a nice grab on fly ball to right his last time up, back in inning number 2. Trapp with good speed leads from first base. It'll be a 1-1. Nolan kicks and fires, and Sportman takes a fastball strike over the outside corner. 1-2. Trapp showed great speed with the Somerset Patriots in the Atlantic League last year. Trapp had a total of 33 stolen bases in 82 games a year ago with the Patriots. So he can run. Nolan will have to keep a close eye as Olt holds him on. And a throw over chases Trapp back to the bag. It's going to be weird going to TD Bank Ballpark this year and not hearing his walk-up song, which literally repeats the word Trapp over and over again. It's become a staple, and you know, every time you hear that song, who's coming to the plate? 1-2. Breaking ball misses down and in. And that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Don't believe Trapp had that song when he came to the plate in New York last weekend. I'm trying to remember back, but I don't remember hearing that song. So must have changed it up with the new team. 2-2 delivery, and Sportman lifts a high pop-up in the air off first. Mike Olt ranging over towards the stands on the warning track, and he'll make the catch. So J.P. Sportman retired for the 3rd time today. A foul pop off of first that Olt grabs for the first out. So Sean Nolan coming to the Ducks. He's got 3 seasons of Major League experience. Spent parts of 2013 and 2014 with the Toronto Blue Jays. Made 1 appearance each year. 2013 a start, 2014 a relief appearance. Throw over to first, and Trapp is back safely. Then in 2015 with the Oakland Athletics, made 6 starts. Overall was 1-3, a 6.89 ERA at the major league level in his 8 appearances. 7 of those starts, 15 strikeouts. This one rocketed into right center field. Long run over for Ray Fuentes into the gap, and he makes the running catch. Fuentes, who had an absolutely terrific diving catch in left center yesterday, got a good jump on that. Liner off the bat of Casilla, hitting the ball hard for the 3rd time today. He has swung at the first pitch in each of his 3 at-bats, and he's got a homer, a single, and now a flyout. So 2 away in inning number 4. And up to the plate is going to step the designated hitter, Melky Mesa. Nolan trying to work around the error that began the inning. The runner at first remains trapped. First pitch to Mesa. He goes after the breaking ball and fouls it off back behind the plate. A little tapper, 0-1. Mesa 2 for 2 on the day. Single to left in the first, then double to left in the second. Scored a run in the first inning as well. Here's the 0-1. That swung on and missed. Good fastball that time over the outside corner. And it is quickly 0-2. Nolan allowed a leadoff base runner in the 3rd on a single. Got strikeout and a double play. Leadoff man gets on an error here. He's retired the next 2. And now the 0-2 pitch to Mesa. This swung and it popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Olt will watch this one sail into the crowd. We'll do it once again at 0-2. Mentioned it. Nolan began the season with Double-A Birmingham in the White Sox organization. He struggled. Made 4 starts, was 1-1 with an 8.10 ERA. But really a lot of that was one bad start at the beginning of the season, then made 3 pretty decent ones. 0-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. Good pitch tailing off the outside corner there by Nolan. And 2 scoreless innings thus far out of the bullpen for Nolan, who has struck out 2. No runs in the inning, no hits. There was 1 error. And the Revs leave a runner on base. After 3.5, the lead remains Revolution 4 and Long Island 0.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Kirk Neuenhuis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Sayville Ford, the no-fees dealer, has been family-owned and operated since 1957. Their state-of-the-art facility features a spacious showroom with a giant inventory of new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Plus, every vehicle comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Some exclusions apply. And their service department is open from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. with enclosed service drives for your convenience and comfort. Sayville Ford, Long Island's Ford giant, is conveniently located off exit 50 on Sunrise Highway or online at SayvilleFord.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt, and autographed baseball. Refreshments including hot dogs, chips, cupcakes, frozen ice treats, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
On to the bottom of the 4th inning, 4-0 in favor of the York Revolution, and Ducks fans follow all season long as the Ducks try and meet the Chappies home run challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs this season, Chappies Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappies Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. So we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Hector Sanchez will lead things off, and the first pitch is taken low from Troy Tersey for ball 1. Tersey back to the mound after retiring the side in order in the 3rd. He's pitched 3 scoreless innings to begin his day, a much better outing for him than his first against the Ducks this year. 1-0 here is up and away for ball 2. Again, Tersey last Sunday allowed 5 straight hits and ultimately charged with 4 runs during the Revs' 8-4 loss to Long Island. Today's allowed 2 hits and 2 walks, but has struck out 4 and has not allowed any runs. 2-0, taken all the way, and that pitch a strike. Over the outer half of the plate to Sanchez, 2-1. Sanchez with a fly out to left field his first time up. He's back in inning number 1. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as Sanchez chased downstairs. Evens up the count at 2-2. Light rain still falling at Bethpage Ballpark. The wind blowing in from right field towards home plate. And the 2-2 pitch from Terzi. On the ground, foul. Sanchez out in front, knocked it down into the dirt. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sanchez has done well against the Revs thus far this season. Coming into play today, an RBI, 4 runs scored. But had the day off yesterday with Ramon Cabrera behind the plate. 2-2. On the ground past the mound towards the middle of the infield. It's backhanded by Casilla. His throw to first low, but a nice scoop out of the dirt on the backhand by Telvin Nash. And that'll retire Sanchez for the first out of this 4th inning. So with the one away, that'll bring up Ivan De Jesus Jr. to the plate. He'll hit from the right side for the Ducks against the right-hander Troy Terzi. Terzi has now retired 6 in a row since the walk to Fields put runners at first and second with 1 out in inning number 2. First pitch misses down and away. Ball 1-2 to Jesus Jr., who drew a walk his first time up back in inning number 2. And with that walk, De Jesus Jr. extending his on-base streak to 10 consecutive games to begin the year. 1-0 is outside for ball 2. He has played every game thus far this year for the Ducks and has reached base safely in at least 1 plate appearance every time. 6 walks on the year to go along with his 10 hits, hitting .286 on the season. 2-0 count. Right-hander kicks and fires and taken all the way. Slider just missed the outside corner. It was a close pitch. They say just outside, so 3-0 the count now on Ivan De Jesus Jr. LJ Mazzilli waits in the on-deck circle. Here's the 3-0, taken all the way, and that one a strike. Fastball about knee level. Last night, De Jesus Jr. was 1 for 4 at the plate with a run scored and a walk. 7 of 23 against York this year. 3-1 is smacked foul down the right field line. Oh, almost a terrific catch by a fan. Sitting about 4 rows back. Past the Ducks dugout on the first base side. Almost caught the line drive, but it went into and out of the glove. He comes up with the baseball anyway. But it would have been a nice catch and a nice ovation had he held on to it. Payoff pitch now. Terzi kicks and deals, and Jesus Jr. takes the fastball upstairs, ball 4. So Troy Terzi issues his 3rd walk of the evening. Ivan De Jesus Jr. on a base on balls for the 2nd time today. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and that'll bring LJ Mazzilli to the plate. So here's Mazzilli, who grounded into a fielder's choice during his first at-bat of the day. First pitch, and the breaking ball taken for a strike. Count 0-1 on Mazzilli. Heading to the 6-4 fielder's choice in the 2nd inning as they got De Jesus Jr. at 2nd, but could not get Mazzilli at 1st in time. Signed by the Ducks today and already in a game action. Here's the 0-1. Terzi deals, and Mazzilli cranks one in the air to left, hit pretty well, but right at Justin Trapp, who makes the catch. Well, Mazzilli hit that one well. I actually thought it was hit much better than it was, but again, on this cold, dreary day, the ball's not going to travel quite as well. So 2 away as Mazzilli lines out to left. And with 2 down in the inning, that'll leave it up to Daniel Fields. Troy Terzi continuing to hold this Ducks lineup at bay. Only 2 hits given up by Terzi thus far, both in the 1st inning. Fields swings at the first pitch and rounds it foul. I think that caught his foot at home plate. Seems to be just fine now. 0-1 the count. Fields drawing his 7th walk of the year in the 2nd inning. tied with David Washington for the team lead. Fields was 1 for 3 last night with a solo home run, scored twice in the game and drew a walk. Now been on base in 4 straight games. The 0-1. Did he check his swing? Yes, he did. Pitch was taken low and on the half swing. They appealed to Steve Bartelstein, the third base umpire, who said no swing. 1-1 the count. Jesus Jr. remains at first base with 2 outs in the inning. York still out hitting Long Island 9-2 here today. From the belt, it'll be a 1-1. Here comes the pitch, and Fields takes the fastball high and outside. Tersey now behind at 2-1. Right-hander has thrown 71 pitches to this point, 42 of them for strikes. We'll see how long manager Mark Mason lets him go today. Tersey threw 68 pitches in his last outing. 2-1. Line drive foul down the right field line. A hard line drive off the bat of Fields, off of first, but just to the right of the chalk, and that'll even things up at 2-2. Wellington Dotel will retrieve the baseball in right, and Fields will step back up to home plate for the Ducks. Be a 2-ball, 2-strike delivery here. Looking in for the sign is Tersey. Tejeda flashes them. And now the 2-2 delivery. Kicks, fires, Fields a swinging a ground ball, foul again up the first base line. Talvin Nash fielding it, but to the right of the chalk again as we view it from behind home plate. We'll have another 2-2 pitch in this at bat. Major League scoreboard, Brewers hold on for a 3-2 win over the Mets at Miller Park today. Zach Davies the win improved to 4-0. Jason Vargas the loser fell to 1-2. And Josh Hader with his 9th save of the year. Christian Yelich's 15th home run of the season for the Brewers in the victory. Juan Lagares hit his second in the loss for the Mets. Time called here. Yankees have a 4-1 lead over the Twins at Yankee Stadium. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Domingo Germán, a strong start for the Yankees. Tommy Canley now pitching. Michael Pineda, the former Yankee starter for the Twins. Fields a swing and a miss for strike 3 as he chased low and outside. So Daniel Fields with a strikeout. K number 5 on the day for Tersey. And the right-hander with 4 scoreless innings today. No runs, no hits, 1 left. After 4 here on Long Island, the Revolution remain in front by the count of 4-0.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Darren Downs, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolat patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Come for the cornhole and stay for the specials. Introducing the Long Island Ducks Adult Zone at Bethpage Ballpark. Head down the left field line on the main concourse and enjoy a variety of delicious craft beer and wine selections. Half-price domestic draft beers will also be available during all Thursday home games for Thirsty Thursday. And while you're there, be sure to play a few rounds of cornhole while taking in the Ducks game. The Long Island Ducks Adult Zone, your beer and wine headquarters at the ballpark.
Sean Nolan goes back to the mound for his 5th inning of work with the Revolution out in front 2-0. I said 5th inning. 3rd inning of work here in the 5th inning. Nolan took over in the 3rd, and he has faced a total of 7 batters, retiring 5 of them. Gave up 1 single and another batter reached on an error, but otherwise he has looked sharp here in his Ducks debut. And the Revolution will send up Talvin Nash, Isaiah Tejeda, and Wellington Dotel to the plate. As we were saying on the out-of-town scoreboard, Yankees leading 4-1. Mike Tauchman has hit his 4th home run of the year for the Yankees in that one. So the Mets have lost. The Yankees currently winning. There's still some time to go in that game at Yankee Stadium. Here's Talvin Nash to lead off the 5th. He takes up and away for ball 1. from left-hander Sean Nolan. Lombardozzi shaded a bit towards the middle and well off the bag at first as Mike Oltier for the righty pull hitter. 1-0. And this pitch outside again. Nolan quickly behind at 2 balls and no strikes. Nash flied to right his first time up back in the first inning, then drew a walk in the second inning, the final batter that Jake Fisher faced before Jose Quas took over. 2-0. On the ground foul behind the plate. That'll move the count to 2-1 on Nash. Revs scoring all 4 of their runs in the first inning. The Ducks had chances in the first 2 innings to close the gap, but could not do so. And Terzi has pitched 4 scoreless innings thus far against the Ducks here on Long Island after a couple rough appearances to begin the season. 2-1 fastball misses up and away. Nolan behind at 3-1. And another out of the zone would put Nash on to begin this 5th inning. From the windup, here's the 3-1 delivery, and Nolan takes down and away, Nash takes down and away from Nolan for ball 4. So a leadoff wonk here in the 5th inning. Telvin Nash is aboard to start things off, and that'll bring up the catcher, Isaiah Tejeda. Last year, Nolan spent the entire season with AA Hartford up in Connecticut, the AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. 29 appearances there, 3 of those starts. He was 2-2 and had a 4.24 ERA, 45 strikeouts to 15 walks and 40 1/3 innings of work. He also pitched in Mexico this past winter with Obregon. First pitch, and that's fouled off by Isaiah Tejeda, first base side behind the plate. And the count 0-1. Tejeda is 1 for 2 today. He singled to left and scored in the first inning, then hit into the inning-ending double play against Jose Quas in inning number 2. Nolan gets the sign and comes set. Quick throw over, and back safely there is Nash, who has not stolen a base or been caught stealing yet this year. Still 0-1 here, and Nolan keeping an eye on Nash in case he decides to take off for second. Again, the Ducks bullpen at this point, after taking over so early, has to try and do everything it can to keep the Ducks offense in this game with a chance to come back like they did here on Friday. Another foul ball behind the plate by Tejeda. And the count quickly at 0-2. Ducks have been doing a very good job during the course of the early part of this season coming back after falling behind. Team already with 4 come from behind victories. Yesterday was one, although they technically only went behind by a run in the first and answered right away. But 4 times this year, the Ducks have fallen behind and come back to win a game. Out of 9 games total, it's pretty good. Long Island has been very good this year so far when taking a lead into the game late. And that's in part due to the good performances thus far out of their bullpen. The count remains 0-2 here on Tejeda as Nolan comes set, kicks, fires, and Tejeda checks his swing on a breaking ball, takes it low, and the count 1-2. As we were talking about on the Atlantic League scoreboard, 1 game final from earlier today and 1 game still going on right now outside of this one here. So we'll get you the results from earlier today as we play in the top half of the 5th inning. Here comes the 1-2, and Tejeda fouls one off. First base side into the seats. Keeps the count right where it is. Sugarland Skeeters defeated the High Point Rockers 8-4 on this Sunday. In game 1 of a doubleheader, they were rained out last night. Dallas Beeler started and got the win for the Skeeters to improve to 2-0. Paul Clemens, the loser, fell to 1-1. Neither starter pitched particularly well, but Beeler a little bit better than Clemens. Again, the 1-2 pitch. And Tejeda, a line drive into left field, hit well. Racing back as Daniel Fields into the gap. He makes the running catch on the warning track in front of the wall. So Tejeda gave it a ride out to deep left center field, but Daniel Fields with a very nice running catch. And there is the first out here in the 5th inning. So Tejeda robbed of his second hit of the day. He's now 1 for 3. With 1 on and 1 out, that'll bring up Wellington Dotel. For the Skeeters, Albert Cordero with his first home run of the year, Dennis Phipps with his first home run of the year, and former Revolution outfielder Jared Mitchell also going deep with his first of the season. 3 home runs for the Skeeters in the win. Mazzola his first and Austin his first in the loss for High Point. First pitch here is fouled off by Wellington Dotel. Caught Hector Sanchez. And the count 0-1. Dotel with 2 hits and 2 at-bats thus far today. RBI single, a 2-run single, and a run scored in the first inning. And then a base hit to right leading off the third against Nolan, but then was retired at second on the double play ball. Looks like somebody's being summoned from the Ducks dugout here by home plate umpire Fred DeJesus. I'm not quite sure who. Dottie Pitcher, the trainer for the Ducks, is going to make her way out to the field. And I think that had to do with Nolan wanted to try and get some mud out from his cleats, and the tool to scrape that out was not there on the field. So no injury news here. Just have to bring out a scraper to get the dirt out from the cleats of Sean Nolan, so a little bit of a delay here in the 5th inning. The second game of that doubleheader is going on right now. They're in the bottom half of the 6th inning down in High Point. Skeeters have a 4-3 lead. Van Meter was the starter for High Point. He has given way to Morris after 5 1/3 innings. Talbot started, went the first 3 innings for Sugar Land, and now their 4th reliever, Comer, is into the game. Cordero has gone deep again here in Game 2, his 2nd of the year for Sugar Land. Schaefer his first, Bichette Jr. his 2nd. As Dotel drives one deep in the air to the right field corner, that's going to land fair. It hits off the wall just inside the pole. Going for second is Dotel. He's going to slide in there safely. And into third base on the double is Telvin Nash. 3rd hit of the day for Wellington Dotel as he goes the other way in right for a double. From first to third goes Nash. And the Revolution threatening against Nolan here in the 5th. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, only 1 out. And Nate Coronado coming up to the plate. 2nd double of the year for Wellington Dotel. He's now up to 11 hits and 30 at-bats this season. So Dotel having himself quite a day here today. The infield drawn in all the way around for the Ducks. First pitch breaking ball, and that is taken for a strike. And they count 0-1. Coronado is 1 for 2. A single to left field in the first, a strikeout looking in the 3rd. Now the 0-1, and Coronado takes a big curveball. That catches the outside corner for a strike. And it is quickly 0-2. The leadoff man has gotten on in all 3 innings against Nolan on a single in the 3rd, an error in the 4th, and a walk here in the 5th. The 0-2 is chopped into the ground weakly here, third base side of the mound. Nolan will pick it up. Runner does not go from third, and Nolan makes a great throw to first for the out. Excellent play by Sean Nolan. He fields the baseball on the third base side. The runner at third does not break home Nash, and Nolan makes an accurate throw across the diamond to first for the putout. 1-3 on the play. There's the 2nd out of the inning. Now with 2 away, that is going to leave it up to the shortstop, Henry Castillo. And so we'll see if Nolan can escape trouble here in inning number 5 and make it 3 consecutive scoreless innings to start his Ducks career. Again, the inning began with the walk to Nash, and then a 1-out double to right by Dotel. Now 2 away, and the first pitch to Castillo is taken inside. Down near the legs, it's 1-0. Mentioned that Nolan was a local product, went to Seaford High School on Long Island before going down to Texas for college at San Jacinto College in Pasadena, Texas. A 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Nolan. And Castillo went chasing after it. That'll leave it up to count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Castillo had an RBI double to right in the first inning, and then grounded into an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play against Nolan in inning number 3. From the windup, here's the 1-1. Pitch is taken downstairs for a ball. And it is now 2 balls and 1 strike on Henry Castillo. Ryan Dent getting a rare day off. He's pretty much been an everyday player. for the York Revolution and part of their club each of the past 2 seasons coming into this year. Nolan ready to go. And the 2-1 delivery. Misses down and in. So that'll run the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Another out of the zone would load up the bases for the 9-hitter and left fielder Justin Trapp. York with 10 hits in the ball game. They lead 4-0. And Nolan trying to avoid any further trouble here in the 5th. Leadoff walk, a 1-out double. 2 outs now in the inning. And the 3-1 pitch is on the outside corner, taken for strike 2. Good pitch there from Nolan. Castillo takes the pitch thinking it's ball 4. And on the count full at 3-2. Nash takes his lead off of third base. Dotel takes his lead off of second. Nolan gets the sign and comes set. The payoff. Fouled off. Back behind the plate off to the first base side out of play. So we'll do it once again at 3-2. Nolan stands up on the mound at 6'4", 245 pounds. Wears number 39 for the flock. Trying to get Castillo here and send this to the bottom of the 5th with the lead still just 4 for York. Once again, the payoff pitch. Nolan kicks and deals, and Castillo drives it in the air to right towards the line. Long run for David Washington. He will not get it. It lands fair for a base hit. Into score is Nash. Into score is going to be Dotel. And in at second with a 2-strike, 2-out, 2-run double is Henry Castillo. The Revolution lead is 6-0.
Left fielder, number 2.
So Nolan was a strike away from getting out of trouble, but like Fisher in the first, could not get out of it this time. As Castillo goes the other way for his second double of the day, he has driven in 3. And the second double of the inning for York the other way extends their lead to 6. So that'll bring up the left fielder Justin Trapp to the plate as he bats from the right side. 11 hits now for York this afternoon. The first pitch is a fastball taken high and inside for ball 1. So Nolan was able to work around the leadoff hitters getting aboard each of the past 2 innings, but could not do so here in the 5th. Trapp reached on an error to begin the 4th inning against the lefty, but was stranded at first, grounded out to third base to end that long top of the 1st inning. The 1-0, ground ball foul, third base side, and that'll even up the count at 1-1. Ducks offense has only managed 2 hits against Troy Tersey so far. They have drawn 3 walks, but have had nothing to show for it thus far. Tersey's done a good job, and I think a lot of that confidence is coming from what York did in the 1st inning to get him out in front. Was able to settle back, take a deep breath before he took the mound, and really doing a much better job today than he did a week ago. 1-1, that's lined in a left field deep, heading back towards the pole. It'll hook foul. So Trapp hit the ball well deep down the left field line, but was out in front of the big breaking ball from Nolan. And that'll move the count to 1-2, as again Nolan was a strike away from getting out of the inning. Jake Fisher was a strike 3 away from getting out of trouble in the 1st inning after allowing the home run of Casilla, give up a base hit to Isaiah Tejeda. It was a strike away again before allowing a 2-run single to Wellington Dotel, and a strike away before allowing the single to Coronado. And Nolan here is a strike away before the 2-run double, and now trying to get out of the inning here, and he will. Called strike 3, taken by Justin Trapp. Strikeout number 3 for Nolan, and that'll put an end to the 5th. The Revolution adds to their lead, 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. Halfway through here in the series finale, it's been all York thus far. They lead it 6-0.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Matt Dendecker, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the North Shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hop Hog, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Sean Nolan's day getting off to a good start with back-to-back scoreless innings out of the pen, but can't get through the fifth before he's tagged for 2 runs. Henry Castillo with the 2-strike, 2-out, 2-run double, and the Revs now lead it 6-0 here in the rubber game of this 3-game series. Time called here as getting ready to deal to the plate was Troy Tersey. The Ducks did not have any coaches out on the field on the third base or first base side. So time was called late. Now Randall Moreno to the plate, and the first pitch from Tersey is taken for a strike, and the count 0-1. Moreno grounded into a fielder's choice his first at bat of the day. That was back in inning number 2. Here he grounds one foul, and the count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Moreno was 3 for 4 in last night's game. All 3 of his singles. He had 2 RBIs as well for the Ducks. The 0-2 delivery is swung on and missed, strike 3 as he chases downstairs. So on 3 pitches, Troy Tersey retired. The right-hander with 6 strikeouts against the Ducks here today. The season high was 4 a year ago and had none and 3 in his first 2 appearances this year. Already 6 in just 4 1/3 innings today. This against the Ducks lineup that has had a tendency to strike out a bit much in the early going. They had 17 strikeouts in 10 innings against the Revolution here on Friday night. Now Ray Fuentes to the plate. First pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Fuentes with a pair of strikeouts today. He went down swinging in the first and then again in the second. First time on a 3-2 pitch, second time 2-2. And the 0-1 here is swung on and missed. He chases the breaking ball, diving down and in. On the count quickly, 0-2. On the center fielder. Off the third base bag is Nate Coronado. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Hat trick for Ray Fuentes as he chases down in the zone. So make it 7 Ks now for Tersey. And quickly 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just a tough day offensively here for the Ducks. They had the 2 hard-hit baseballs in the first inning. They have not gotten a hit since. And really haven't hit the baseball hard since. The only guy who has was LJ Mazzilli, with a deep drive out to left field. First pitch on the way to Steve Lombardozzi, and that is taken upstairs for a ball. The count goes to 1-0. Lombardozzi 1 for 2, a single to right in the first, and then the strikeout in the third. From the line, the 1-0. Lombardozzi takes a breaking ball outside. Quickly 2 balls and no strikes. So Lombardozzi now 10 of 35 on the season in his first year with the Ducks. 2-0. Fastball misses away. Tersey quickly behind at 3 balls and no strikes. If Lombardozzi reaches, David Washington would be next. And the 3-0 delivery. Taken all the way. There's a strike outside corner at the knees. 3-1. See if Nolan comes back out for the 6th inning or if the Ducks go back to their bullpen for their 3rd reliever of the day. 3-1, lifted high in the air down the left field line, slicing foul and out of play. So that'll run the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes on Lombardozzi. Good job by Tersey to bounce back after initially falling behind 3-0. A cool, crisp day here. The final game of this 3-game series. Troy Tersey thus far has done his part, with the Revs giving him the early support, now adding on 2 more runs in this 5th inning. It's in for the sign, and now comes set. Here comes the payoff pitch. And Lombardozzi will take a fastball just inside. Tersey thought he had strike 3. Could not believe the ball call from Fred DeJesus, the home plate umpire. So, a 2-out walk issued by Troy Tersey, the 4th walk that he has surrendered today. So the inning will continue for Long Island after Lombardozzi gets on for the 2nd time today. 6th walk of the year drawn by Lombardozzi, and that'll bring David Washington up. First pitch to Washington, and he'll take lone outside for ball number 1. Washington is 1 for 2 on the day. He doubled back in the 1st inning, but was stranded at 2nd, and then grounded out to 2nd base in the 3rd. 1-0, and that misses lone outside. Tersey has fallen behind, 2-0 on David Washington. Washington with a home run here. Back on Friday night, a 2-run blast, his 2nd of the year. 2-0, fouled off behind the plate to the screen. Top of the screen on the 3rd base side, moves the count to 2-1. Washington, who had 24 home runs a year ago, has gotten out to a pretty good start to his season, hitting .300 on the year. Lombardozzi takes his lead. The 2-1 pitch, and Washington a check swing, take it for a strike anyway on the outer half of the plate. And Tersey gets the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6-0 Revolution, bottom of the 5th. A 2-ball, 2-strike pitch from Troy Tersey. Set at the belt, kicks and fires, and Washington takes downstairs. Good eye to lay off the breaking ball. That's one thing Washington has tried to do a lot more of this year, is get his way on base and strike out less. Well, the 3-2 count and 2 outs. The runner will be going on the pitch. Lombardozzi will head from first as Telvin Nash backs up behind him. Tersey's ready to go. There goes the runner. The 3-2 is swung and fouled down the left field line, out of play. So we'll do it once again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. After a day like today, Ducks will certainly get to enjoy a day off tomorrow. They played each of the first 10 days of this season. Many nights in weather similar to this, chilly, a bit rainy. We'll enjoy that off day tomorrow, hopefully in the warm and comfort of their living quarters. So it'll be another 3-2 pitch here from Tersey to Washington. Again, Lombardozzi will go on the pitch. There he goes. And the 3-2 is cut on and missed for strike 3. Troy Tersey sees Washington swing through the offering. Tersey strikes out the side in the 5th inning, and he's got 8 strikeouts over 5 shutout innings here today. No runs, no hits, a walk, a runner left. We head to inning number 6 at Bethpage Ballpark. It's 6-0 in favor of the Revolution.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Alex Katz, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLINY.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We head to inning number 6 here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Revolution out to an early 6-0 lead. They have stifled the Long Island Ducks offense today behind the arm of right-hander Troy Tersey. He has been fantastic to this point, striking out 8 over 5 scoreless innings. And meanwhile, the Ducks bullpen was called into relief much earlier than they anticipated, as Jake Fisher struggled out of the gate, allowing 6 hits and 4 runs in the first inning. Allowed 2 more hits and a walk in the second before he was lifted. Jose Cuas got out of trouble in the second inning. Sean Nolan 2 scoreless innings, but then got into trouble in the 5th, allowing a walk and a double before giving up the 2-out 2-run double to Henry Castillo. So Sean Nolan's day is done after 3 innings of relief for Long Island. And right-hander Cam Michalio will take over on the mound for the Ducks, as we go to the visitors' half of inning number 6. Get to the final line here on Nolan momentarily. Again, got off to a good start, but could not get out of that 5th inning before conceding a pair of runs. First pitch is taken inside. And the count 1 ball and no strikes on J.P. Sportman, the leadoff hitter in the lineup, who today is over 3. Sportman and Trapp, the only 2 who have yet to reach base safely today. 1-0. That's line in the left field. On the run is Daniel Fields. He'll have to play it on a hop. A leadoff single for J.P. Sportman, so he's got his first hit of the day.
Second baseman, number 4.
Sean Nolan goes 3 innings in relief. He allows 3 hits and 2 runs, both earned. Walked 1 batter and struck out 3. So Sportman is aboard, and now Cam Michalio will face the switch-hitting second baseman Alexi Casilla. Wind picking up a bit on this chilly Sunday evening. First pitch on the way to Casilla, and he lines one in the air to left center field, into the gap. This ball is going to get down and split the outfielders. It'll go all the way to the wall. Sportman's going to round third. He will come home to score easily. And in at second base is Alexi Casilla with the RBI double. For Casilla, his 3rd hit of the game. He's now a triple shy of the cycle. And the Revolution lead at 7-0.
Designated hitter, number 29.
So 2 batters into the outing for Cam Michalio, and he has allowed 2 hits and a run. For Casilla, his 2nd RBI of the day, 4th of the season. For J.P. Sportman, his 6th run of the year. So not quite as banner of a day for the Ducks bullpen as it has been thus far this season. Michalio, who had thrown scoreless innings on April 27th and May the 1st, conceding his first run in a Ducks uniform. Now it's Melky Mesa. First pitch. And Mesa crushes one deep down the left field line, but foul. Again, Mesa going after the first pitch, as is often the case. 0-1. In 2 innings coming into today, Michalio allowed 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. But here has allowed a single, an RBI double, and a hard hit deep foul ball. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Michalio cuts through the offering, and the count quickly 0-2. Mesa today has 2 hits and 3 at-bats, a single, a double. He has scored a run, struck out his last time up, though. Oh-2 from Michalio. Here's the pitch, and misses low. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mesa. So we'll see what the Ducks elect to do with Sean Nolan after his 3 innings today, whether they put him in as a guy backing up Tim Adelman on Wednesday night when Adelman makes his first start of the year, though Adelman pitched 4 innings in relief on Friday night after the rough start for Darren Downs. 1-2. On the ground here, foul. Caught the front foot of Melky Mesa. So he stays alive at the plate. And we'll give him a little bit of extra time to walk out the pain. Those foul balls off of limbs and hit by pitches on days like today, boy, they sting a lot worse. Game time temperature again was 55 degrees here at Bethpage Ballpark. Alexi Casilla, the runner at second base. He is a triple shy of the cycle, has a homer, a single, and a double today. 1-2. It's on the ground here to third. Weekly hit. This ball will roll right along the line, and it will stay fair. What a break for Melky Mesa. A little dribbler along the third baseline just kept rolling right along the line and would not kick foul. So Melky Mesa has his third hit of the day. A single up the third baseline. To third base goes Casilla. And the Revs have 3 hits already to begin the 6th inning. They lead 7-0 and are on the verge of putting this game virtually out of reach for Long Island. 14 hits on the afternoon for the York Revolution, and this is what they expected their lineup to do right out of the gate. They did not do so against the Ducks pitching last weekend, but certainly doing so here today as Telvin Nash fouls one behind the plate, and the count 0-1. This game already 2 hours old, and we are only in the top half of the 6th inning. Nash is 0 for 1 with a pair of walks today. He scored the last time he walked. That was in the 5th inning. 0-1 from Mikolayo. Kicks and deals. And this fastball taken low, evening up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So barring a big comeback for the Ducks, they'll see them drop their first series of this 2019 season. Again, they went 6-1 on the road trip to York and Lancaster, but here at home had a valiant comeback on Friday night before falling in extra innings and rounded the Revs yesterday 8-1. A good performance yesterday, but tough conditions today, and obviously did not get the start they wanted to from Jake Fisher, who put them behind early. And Long Island has missed out on some opportunities in the first 2 innings. They still have plenty of time left, but obviously the Revs with a big opportunity to extend their lead even further. The 1-1, and that taken on the outside corner for a strike. Moves the count to 1-2 on Nash. Mikolayo in his first season with the Ducks stands up on the mound at a tall 6'9", 250 pounds. Originally from Montana, now lives in Arizona. A 1 ball, 2 strike delivery. And Nash lines one deep in the air to left. Back goes Daniel Fields. He looks up at the wall. It's off the base of the wall. Fields slipped as well. On his way to third and rounding third is Mesa. He's going to try and score. Nope, gets held up at the last minute. It's an RBI double off the bat of Telvin Nash, and the Revs lead is 8. Fields slipped, and I thought at that point, once he slipped, that was going to allow Mesa to score as well. But he does not, so give Nash an RBI double. His first hit of the day, 2nd double of the year, and 5th run batted in of the season. And make it 4 straight hits given up by Cam Mikolayo here in the 6th inning. Right-hander's been good thus far this season in 2 appearances, but today does not seem to have his best stuff. Has allowed a single, a double, a single, and a double thus far. 2 runs are in. The Revs lead is 8. They now have 15 hits on the day. Infield will be brought in all the way around, and the catcher Isaiah Tejeda will come up to bat. First pitch, and that taken low and inside for ball number 1. Tejeda is 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored today. Has grounded into a double play and fly to left in his 2 at-bats since. Sanchez flashes the signs and now comes set. It'll be a 1-0. Kicking the pitch. Not taken for a strike. Fastball knee level. Evens the count at 1-1. I mentioned Joe Iorio probably unavailable today after he threw 2 innings yesterday, so the Ducks coaching staff really needs Mikolayo to get through this 6th inning. Probably will let him go out there and pitch until he gets out of this. Cannot afford to have to go to another reliever here, having already used Quasin, Nolan, and again out Iorio. 1-1. Line down the left field line, hard but foul. The Revs are all over every pitch here in this inning thus far. Just a lot of hard-hit baseballs. Mikolayo and the Ducks pitching staff today have not gotten many swings and misses, just 3 strikeouts today. Meanwhile, Terzi alone has 8 for the York Revolution. So it'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike pitch here to Tejeda with Mikolayo looking for the first out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Tejeda lays off the fastball upstairs. And that will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Revolution open up a homestand tomorrow against the Patriots and the Rockers. More Liberty Division action for the Revs. The Ducks will head on the road next weekend at Sugarland in Southern Maryland as they continue their Freedom Division opponent. Nicolayo misses up and inside to Tejeda. And that'll run the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open. A walk would load him up, though, for Wellington Dotel, who is 3 for 3 on the day. Every member of the Revs has been on base except for Justin Trapp today. Though he did reach on an error, but that not getting on base safely. Payoff pitch, and Tejeda takes low and outside, ball 4. So Cam Nicolayo gets ahead in the count, but cannot put away Isaiah Tejeda, the 5th straight batter to reach against Nicolayo here in the 6th. 4 hits and a walk. Bases are loaded. There is action going in the Ducks bullpen. And we'll see how much further Wally Backman lets Nicolayo continue, as he has allowed 2 runs on 4 hits and a walk in the first 5 batters of this 6th inning, and the Revs have extended their lead to 8. Wellington Dotel, who has 2 singles and a double today, comes back up to the plate for the Revs, and the first pitch is a breaking ball on the inside corner for strike number 1. 2-run single in the first and a run scored for Dotel, a base hit to right leading off the 3rd inning, then a double and a run scored in the 5th. Certainly one of the leading candidates for player of the game here today. Has done very well against the Ducks pitching staff early this season. The 0-1 is on the ground to 3rd. Backhanded by DeJesus Jr. Goes to 2nd for 1. That's all they'll get. Looked like he double clutched a bit. So 5-4 on the fielder's choice for the first out of the inning. In to score from 3rd is Mesa. And an RBI fielder's choice makes it 9-0.
Third baseman, number 13, Nate Coronado.
So give Dotel his 3rd RBI of the day, 4th of the year. Scoring is Mesa. To 3rd goes Nash. And out at second base on the fielder's choice is Tejeda. So a 3rd run is in. Runners at 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Nate Coronado steps up to the plate for the York Revolution. First pitch on the way. And this is fouled straight back behind the plate for strike number 1. Coronado 1 for 3 in the early going today. A single to left field back in the 1st inning. Since then has struck out looking and grounded back to the mound. A dribbler up the 3rd base side in which Sean Nolan fielded, kept the runner at 3rd and threw off balance to 1st. But again, Nolan could not get out of the inning unharmed. The 0-1 is on the ground again to 3rd, but this time foul. And while Polanco, the 3rd base coach, will field and flip it into the stands. Now the count quickly, 0-2. Boy, could Nicolayo use a ground ball on one of his infielders to try and turn 2 and get out of trouble in this 6th inning. Ducks bullpen had kept the Ducks in this game for a while, but 2 in the 5th and 3 here in the 6th have opened this one up. The 0-2, that's popped up a mile in the air off of 3rd. Coming down is Ivan DeJesus Jr. in a foul territory. Now comes back fair. No, he did not. He caught it in foul territory right along the line, but an out nonetheless. So a foul fly there to 3rd off the bat of Nate Coronado for the 2nd out of this inning. And with 2 away, that is going to leave it up to the shortstop, Henry Castillo.
Shortstop, number 6, Henry Castillo.
So here is Castillo to the plate. These 2 teams, by the way, split their 8 meetings on this field a year ago. 4-4 here, 5-5 in York, and an even split 9-9 between the sides last year. The Ducks out to an early 4-1 lead in this year's season series, but the Revs a few innings away from earning the series win here on Long Island. Swing and a miss by Castillo for strike 1. Castillo's had a great day at the plate. 2 hits and 3 at-bats, both doubles, and he's driven in 3 runs today, upping his RBI total on the season from 1 to 4. Being 0-1, Nicolayo comes set at the belt. Kicks and fires. Castillo a drive in the air to right. Hit fairly well. Back goes Washington. Looks like he'll have room. And indeed he does make the catch in right for the final out of the inning. So Castillo bidding for another hit, comes up short. But Cam Nicolau struggles in the 6th inning. He faces 8 batters, gives up 3 runs on a total of 4 hits. There were no errors, and the Revs end up leaving 2 on the base paths. So, 5.5 innings complete. It is now 9-0 Revolution.
Hey fans, this is infielder Steve Lombardozzi, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Michael Pollock with you as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. New pitcher is in for the York Revolution. The day done for Troy Tersey, and he certainly did his part today. A good performance by the right-hander on the mound, and got plenty of offensive support in the process, especially early in the game. Meanwhile, it's Mike Oltz to the plate, and he takes the first pitch high and inside for ball 1. Jonathan DeMarty is the new pitcher. The Ducks have had plenty of success against the York Revolution bullpen in the early going this season. They have to hope that they can have some of that same success here today if they want to come back in this game. Pitch misses inside, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Oltz is 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out to third. DeMarty works from the stretch. The 2-0, swing and a miss. Oltz went after the pitch up and in, kind of a half swing at it. That'll move the count to 2-1. Get to the final line here in a little bit on Troy Tersey, but in line for his first win of the year, and certainly deserved it. The 2-1, fouled, back behind the plate. Oltz got jammed on the pitch from DeMarty, and the count even at 2-2. Tersey gave up 2 hits in the first inning and none over the next 4. Two ball, 2 strike delivery coming. And Oltz smacks one past the diving try of Alexi Casilla. It's in a right field for a base hit. So Mike Oltz gets on board with a leadoff single in the 6th. Ducks would have loved that back in the first when he came up with runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, and said he struck out on 3 pitches. But either way, he's on to begin the 6th with Long Island's 3rd hit of the day. So Troy Tersey ends up going 5 innings for the Revs today. He allows no runs, 2 hits, 4 walks, and struck out 8 batters in total. 93 pitches on the day, 57 of them for strikes, and that the reason why he comes out of the ball game after 5 innings of work. Hector Sanchez now, and he takes the first pitch, breaking ball up and away for ball 1. Sanchez is 0 for 2. The fly out to left and a ground out to 2nd. 1 ball, no strike pitch here to Sanchez. And he'll take a fastball here on the outside corner for a strike, evening the count up at 1-1. Sanchez had the day off yesterday. Ramon Cabrera caught behind the plate. Cabrera had himself a nice ball game last night with a hit and a walk. Also scored a run. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Sanchez went after the breaking ball downstairs. Runs the count to 1-2. For DeMarty, this is his second time pitching in this series. He came out of the bullpen here in the opener and retired the only batter that he faced. Getting Mike Olt to fly out to right in the fourth. Getting Mike Olt to ground out to short, I should say, in the sixth. But Olt got him here. The 1-2 is fouled off. Third base side out of play. The count's still 1-2. DeMarty is a native of White Plains, New York. Born there, now resides in Yorktown Heights. He's 6'1", 210 pounds. And this past week, turned 26 years old on April the 29th. Another 1-2 pitch on the way to Hector Sanchez. He swings and drives one high in the air to deep left field. Back into the corner goes Justin Trapp, and he'll watch this sail foul off the roof of the Smokin' Owls party deck down the left field line. And so we'll do it once again on 1-2 strikes. Been a very slow-moving ball game here on this dreary Sunday. Rain looks like it's starting to pick up a little bit. I'm looking up towards the lights. I can certainly see the rain falling. Sanchez lays off the breaking ball down and in. Good eye. That'll even up the count at 2-2. Wind howling in from right field towards home plate. It's been a cool, windy day all day today. 2-2 delivery. Here's the pitch. Down and in. Good block by Tejeda. And the count has run full on Sanchez at 3-2. Overall this year, Revolution right-hander Jonathan DeMarty has pitched in 3 games coming into today. 5 runs on 3 hits in an inning and 2/3 of work. 2 walks, no strikeouts. Now here comes the payoff pitch. Olt takes his lead at first. And DeMarty's 3-2, runner goes, and the pitch is swung and driven high in the air to right center, hit well. Back goes Dotel in the right center field gap, and he makes the catch on the run for the first out. Another night, that ball might have been in the gap for a double, but not tonight. You can tell that ball got up into the air and just died. The wind blowing it in, the rain knocking it down. Just not an ideal night for that baseball to travel through the air. And Sanchez retired for the 3rd time today, 1 out. So that'll bring Ivan DeJesus Jr. to the plate, the 3rd baseman and 6th hitter for the Ducks, batting from the right side. He's drawn a pair of walks today. So DeJesus Jr. will step up from the right side. Olt leads at first. And the first pitch, swung on and smacked foul down the right field line, out of play. 0-1 the count. DeJesus Jr. has now reached base safely in all 10 games he has played this year. Has not gotten a day off yet today. He will tomorrow, but the entire Ducks team will get the day off tomorrow. 0-1. That is taken low. Another good scoop going out of the dirt. And that evens up the count at 1-1 strike. DeJesus Jr. has played very well at 3rd base here thus far this season. And manager Wally Backman has raved about his defense coming into this season and in the early going. 1-1 is low and outside, taken for ball 2. And so the count moves to 2-1. L.J. Mazzilli waits into the on-deck circle. Mazzilli coming to Long Island today. Here is the 2-1 pitch. DeMarty gets the sign. Kicks and deals home. Line drive right center. That's going to be a base hit for DeJesus Jr. Fielded and fired back in by Wellington Dotel. So Ivan DeJesus Jr. on for the 3rd time today. He has hit number 11 on the year. Mike Olt goes to second. And the Ducks with 2 hits here in inning number 6 off of DeMarty, matching their total that they got in 5 innings against Troy Tersey. So now 4 hits in the game for Long Island, and trying to get on the scoreboard and break the shutout bid for the Revolution. Ducks have yet to be shut out this season. They have shut out an opponent once. That was York last weekend, 14-0 on Saturday. Here's L.J. Mazzilli, 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch, and he takes a fastball a little bit low. They count 1-0. Mazzilli grounded into a 6-4 fielder's choice back in the second inning, and then fly to left in the fourth. Hit the ball well, but on a day like today, again, not well enough to get it over the head of left fielder Justin Trapp. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball hits the outside corner, taken for a strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quackerjack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Ducks. 1-1. Mazzilli takes a fastball strike outside corner once again. Good pitch from DeMarty. And he gets ahead in the count at 1-2. Daniel Fields waits on deck. DeJesus Jr., the runner at first base, and Olt, the runner at second. A 1-ball, 2-strike delivery here to the righty hitting L.J. Mazzilli. Pitch, breaking ball low and outside, taken all the way. That'll even up the count at 2-2. DeMarty last year made 5 appearances late in the year for York. He allowed 2 runs in 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts after spending time earlier in the year with Normal in the Frontier League. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And Mazzilli smacks it deep but foul down the right field line. Obviously began the year with Normal in the Frontier League. Horn Belters were managed by Billy Horn, former Ducks pitching coach, who is now coaching down with the High Point Rockers in North Carolina. Pitched in 42 games last year with Normal, was 3-4 with a 2.87 ERA. 2-2 again, and Mazzilli checks his swing on a pitch up and in. They appeal the first, no swing, says first base umpire Derek Brooks. Looked right from our vantage point that he was able to hold up. So now the count full at 3-2 with 1 out. Let's see if the Ducks put the runners in motion here. Mike Olt at second base, Ivan DeJesus Jr. at first. Neither have blazing speed. DeJesus Jr. a little bit better. Here comes the 3-2. Marty is set. The runners lead. They do not go, and the 3-2 is swung and lifted in the air to center. J.P. Sportman drifts back, now in a couple steps to make the catch. So again, Mazzilli hit the ball hard, but right at center fielder J.P. Sportman. Second out here in the 6th inning. Now a 2-way, that's going to leave it up to Daniel Fields for the Ducks. The Yankees, by the way, now in a rain delay. That game was in the bottom of the 8th inning, so that doesn't bode well for the weather. And again, it looks like the rain is falling once again here on Long Island, a little bit heavier. Obviously, this game is now official as we play in the bottom of the 6th inning. With a 9-0 score, you wonder if they may have to call for the tarp, and whether that ends up either just delaying the game or ends up calling it early. We'll see. First pitch from DeMarty to Fields, and he takes a breaking ball that drops over the inside corner for a strike. Nasty pitch there from DeMarty. Looked like it was going to be a fastball up and in, and Fields had kind of pulled the hands back, and the bottom just dropped out of it. It dropped over that inside corner. 0-1 the count on Fields. Here's the kick in the offering. Fields takes inside this time on a fastball. Evens the count at 1-1. Fields has walked and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate today. The Ducks with 2 singles here in the 6th. Olt and DeJesus Jr. both to right. And trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time today. York, meanwhile, has scored 4 in the 1st, 2 in the 5th, and 3 in the 6th. And have 15 hits on the afternoon, despite the chilly temperatures. 1-ball, 1-strike pitch coming. DeMarty comes set. Looks to second with the shortstop creeping in. Now he'll deal to the plate, and Fields hits one high in the air to left. Over towards the line goes Justin Trapp. He is there to make the basket catch. And Jonathan DeMarty is able to get out of trouble here in inning number 6. So the Ducks get 2 more hits on a pair of singles. At first and second, 1 out, but they strand both, and Long Island has now left 8 on base in the game. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the 7th here at Bethpage Ballpark, 9-0 Revolution.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tucker Healy, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Imagine you can't feel your arm, you can't speak. There's a blood clot in your brain, you're having a stroke. You're taken to the Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center at Good Samaritan Hospital, the South Shore's only comprehensive stroke center. Now imagine a team of neurosurgeons with the most advanced equipment, pinpointing the blood clot and the quickest way to remove it. And imagine coming home with no side effects. The Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center at Good Samaritan Hospital, 631-376-4444, a member of Catholic Health Services.
Tickets for your Long Island Ducks are on sale now. With 20 fireworks shows, new on-field promotions, and premium giveaways throughout the season, don't miss out on all the family fun at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey Ducks fans, it's Wally Backman, manager of your Long Island Ducks. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the ballpark this year. Get tickets at liducks.com.
For tickets, call 631-940-TIXX or head to liducks.com.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Joe Iorio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLiny.com/efficiency.
Going way. A dismal day weather-wise here on Long Island, and the day has not been great for the Ducks either as they trailed 9-0. Revolution out-hitting the Ducks 15-4. We go to the top half of inning number 7, and Alex Katz is going to take over on the hill for the Ducks. The rain is falling here on Long Island, probably the hardest that we have seen it here today. It may just look harder than it actually is from our vantage point, but it looks like a wind-driven rain as I look up to the light towers out beyond the outfield. And after a discussion in between innings, it looks like play will continue. So Alex Katz is going to take over on the mound for the Ducks. Katz pitching for the second straight day. He recorded the final 3 outs in the 9th inning last night, striking out 2. So Alex Katz will take over on the mound. It'll be 9, 1, and 2 in the order for the Revolution. To begin this 7th inning, Trapp, Sportman, and Casilla are due up. Again, the Ducks will continue play in this homestand on Tuesday when they will open up a 3-game series against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. The Blue Crabs today rained out at home against the Barnstormers. And thus far, Southern Maryland has opened up the season at 3-6 on the year. So the Ducks will face the Blue Crabs for the first time. Southern Maryland has not hit very well in the early going, hitting just .236 as a team. But they are a home run hitting team, leading the league with 9 home runs coming into play today. The Ducks will have Bennett Perry, the lefty, starting the series opener on Tuesday night. Then they will go and start Tim Adelman, who will make his first start of the year on Wednesday evening. And then the series will close out on Thursday with Darren Downs making his second start of the homestand. Alex Katz trying to pick some dirt out of his cleats on the mound after his warm-up tosses. Again, that clay on the field starting to get a little bit muddy. With the rain falling, you can see a little bit of a glisten on the infield as that rain continues to fall. So here's Justin Trapp to bat from the right side. He's 0 for 3, the only Red without a hit today. First pitch, and he takes a fastball strike from Alex Katz, 0-1. Trapp grounded out to third base in the first inning, reached on an error by Mike Olt in the 4th. Ground ball that went through his legs and struck out looking in the 5th. Here comes the 0-1. Katz steals. That misses down and away. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Katz has pitched twice this year. We mentioned last night the 1-2-3 9th inning And then in York last Saturday through 2 scoreless innings, allowing 2 hits and a walk, striking out 3. Here comes the 1-1 from the southpaw. Kicks and fires, and this one lifted foul to the first base side, well out of play. Runs the count 2-1-2. Katz is the 4th reliever of the day for the Ducks, after Quas, Nolan, and Mikalayo. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Kicking the pitch. Off the outside corner. Pitch tailed outside the plate, and that'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seems as though nighttime has been falling here. Not quite dark yet, but getting there. And as the rain continues to fall and it gets a little bit darker by the minute, the temperatures just continue to drop and drop, and it was already 55 when the game began. Katz misses down and away on the count 3-2, and I really can't imagine it is ideal to pitch or to play at all in these conditions, but especially pitchers. Hard to get the grip on the baseball when your hand is so cold because of the temperatures, but also hard to get the grip on the baseball when it's wet. But these pitchers doing their very best, and the Revolution pitchers have held the Ducks off the scoreboard to this point. Here's the 3-2 coming to Justin Trapp. Katz kicks and fires, and Trapp will swing and lift the pop up in the air off of first. Mike Olt ranging over towards the stands. He'll run out of room as it lands in the camera well and hops into the seats. So once again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hector Sanchez is looking over towards the Revolution dugout on the third base side, not quite sure why. And now we're ready to resume play. Here comes the payoff pitch, once again from Katz. And this one is swung and grounded to the left side. Randall Moreno, the shortstop on the backhand field, his throw to first, and it's in time for the out. Nice play by Randall Moreno. Close play there at first. The put out is made 6-3. A great grab and throw on the run by Moreno, who last year again won a Gilded Glove Award, which is what they call the Gold Glove Award, and now they're going to call for the tarp. So the Ducks tarp crew will head out to the third base side, and they're going to bring the tarp on the field. Fred DeJesus, the home plate umpire, went to the mound initially to talk things over with Alex Katz, the pitcher, and then they call for the tarp. So after the inning begins, 1 out on the ground ball to short, and we are going to get a rain delay that will begin at 7:41 p.m. About 2.5 hours, a little over 2.5 hours after this game began at 5:09. The game has been all York Revolution at this point. And now with the rain falling as hard as it has all night long, we're going to get our first rain delay of the evening. Again, it is an official game. The game began at 5:09. They have played the required 5 innings. So if they do have to call this game because of the inclement weather, the game is already official. The ultimate goal was to get this game complete and have it be an official game because of the fact that the Revolution are not coming back here in the first half of the season. And so this game could very well be important in determining a first half champion on either side. Of course, it's way too early to tell. It's only game 9 for the Revolution, 10 for the Ducks, and what will be a 70-game half for both of these teams. But they had to make sure they get this game in, and to this point, it has become an official game. The tarp crew will get that tarp covered on the field, and we'll see if the rain lets up at any point where these teams can finish this game, or whether or not they will have to call it a rain-shortened victory for the York Revolution. Michael Pfaff, the president and general manager of the Ducks, talking things over with the umpiring crew and both coaching staffs to let them know what is taking place and when they will meet to determine the status for the remainder of tonight's game. So they'll discuss that. Again, to recap for you, if you're just joining us, the game started on time. They were able to lift the tarp off the field in time to start the game pretty much on time. 5:09 was when it started. And then the Revolution got on the scoreboard right away with 4 runs in the first inning against left-hander Jake Fisher for the Ducks. They got 6 hits in that first inning. Alexi Casilla, a solo home run. Wellington Dotel, a 2-run single. and Henry Castillo with an RBI double. It would stay that way until the 5th inning after Troy Tersey got out of a second and third one-out jam in the first, a first and second one-out jam in the second. Jose Cuas got out of trouble in the second inning when he relieved Fisher after an inning and a third. And then Sean Nolan pitched back-to-back scoreless innings in the third and the fourth, but in the 5th inning allowed a leadoff walk to Telvin Nash, a one-out double to Wellington Dotel, and a 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run double to Henry Castillo that extended the lead to 6-0. Cam Micalayo then came in and pitched in the 6th inning. He allowed the first 5 batters to reach, and overall gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, including an RBI double by Alexi Casilla, an RBI double by Telvin Nash, and a run-scoring fielder's choice from Wellington Dotel. That made it 9-0. And Jonathan DeMarty just pitched a scoreless inning in the 6th in relief of Troy Tersey. Alex Katz retired the first batter of the 7th, and now we have our first rain delay of the day, which begins at 7:41. So as the rain falls here at Bethpage Ballpark, we will send you the audio soundtrack of the Long Island Ducks 2004 Championship DVD. We'll keep you updated on the status of today's game here. You can also follow the Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks for updates throughout the course of this rain delay. We appreciate your patience as we wait out the raindrops. Obviously, it's not been a great weather day overall here today, but now especially with the rain falling and the Revolution out to a 9-0 lead, we'll see whether or not these teams will be able to resume play at any point or whether or not they will have to call this a rain-shortened victory for the Revolution. 9-0 York, top of the 7th, rain delay here at Bethpage Ballpark.
You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on LIDucks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane. Hi, I'm Chris King, the radio and TV voice of your Long Island Ducks. 2004 was a very special season for the Ducks, both on and off the field. From the first pitch of spring training until the final out of their championship victory, there were packed houses, nail-biting wins, and enough excitement to last a lifetime. During the Ducks' first ever trip to the Atlantic League playoffs, each of their 6 games was decided by just 1 run, with the Ducks winning 5 of those. In putting together this championship DVD, we'll take a walk down memory lane and take you step by step through the Long Island Ducks 2004 Atlantic League Championship. Following another close call at the end of the 2003 season, the Ducks had finished second in 6 of 8 halves through their first 4 seasons of play and still had never qualified for a playoff spot. After a winter full of organizational meetings and player signings, the team headed down to spring training loaded with talent, brimming with confidence, and eager to prove that this team was different.
Well, when we got down to spring training, it was we kind of realized that this was kind of a special group of guys, and we all clicked from the very beginning. And our mission was, you know, if we're going to be in the independent league and nobody's going to give us an opportunity to go play in organized ball, then we're going to try to do the absolute best that we can with our team. And like I said, we felt like we had a special talent and a special group of guys, and it was our goal to go out and win the championship.
He is all business on that 5th day. I tell you, he has his good times and whatever, and keeps everybody loose up to that point, and then, it's business day.
I expect to win, and I expect to win pretty much with the whole pitching staff. When you get Bill out there, he's going to fight you. He's going to fight you to the end. He never wants to come out, and that's always good.
Of the 25 players on Long Island's opening day roster, 14 had major league experience, highlighted by a pitching staff that featured Bill Pulsifer, Matt Beach, Matt DeWitt, Bill Seamus, and Lance Davis, all of whom had experienced success at the big league level.
Every spring training, especially with the Ducks, you go into it of not knowing how long you're going to keep your guys. And that's always a concern. But when we walked out on the field the first day, when Pulsifer and Seamus showed up, there was no longer any worry of what type of clubhouse we were going to have. The camaraderie was there just with those two individuals. And as a coach, as a manager, when you know your camaraderie is good, it solves a lot of problems. So everybody else was going to fit into place. All the guys that we had from the previous year, we knew were very good guys, very good individuals, and we pride ourselves with the Ducks of bringing in good individuals, not just statistics, but they got to be good people to play here. And as soon as we had those two guys, we knew we were set.
As the season began, Long Island came out of the gates on fire, emerging victorious in each of their first 6 games.
4, and the Ducks win the game. Final score, Long Island Ducks 5, Pennsylvania Road Warriors 4.
By the end of the season's first month, Long Island was on a roll, in first place with a 16-7 record.
We had a lot of guys returning from the year before. It was myself and Barty and Doug and JJ and stuff. Well, those guys, you know, I know they remember the hurt that we felt in that last game and how close we were to it. And then getting guys like Pulsifer and Seamus and Lance and Beach and those guys in the beginning of the year, we knew we had a staff that could take us all the way. Of course, the big question was how long were we going to have them for? You know, which comes across every year with the Ducks, is that we start off great, and if somehow or another the guys get picked up, which is what the league is for, and you know, but it hurts our team club, and we never seem to make the playoffs because we got guys leaving, and sometimes you just can't replace those guys.
By mid-June, however, 3 of Long Island's top pitchers had been signed to Major League organizational deals. Clint Weibel was the first to go, followed by Matt DeWitt and Matt Beach. Following their departures, the Ducks hit a skid, and, following a July 5th loss at the hands of the Nashua Pride, found themselves 1 game behind the arch-rival Bridgeport Bluefish with just 7 games remaining in the season's first half. Despite regaining their footing in the following series against Pennsylvania, the Ducks found themselves needing a sweep of Bridgeport in the half's final series in order to earn a berth in the Atlantic League playoffs. All the Bluefish needed was 1 victory in the 3-game set, and the Ducks' playoff hopes would be dashed yet again. And the Ducks would have to do it against their arch rivals on the road in a ballpark in which their playoff dreams died in the last week of the 2000 season. They'd also have to do it in a ballpark where they'd only won 13 times in 37 games coming into the season. You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on liducks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane.
The 3-game series with Bridgeport during the July 10th through the 12th was quite an exciting series, and it was great to have the fans coming over. I mean, there was so many little facets of that particular series that was going into play that not a lot of people, unless you've been around and been a part of the Long Island Duck organization for a while, would really understand the complexity of it. With that veteran team that we had, you know, we knew that if we just went in and played 1 game at a time, which is of course very cliche, but yet it's very applicable for the situation. You know, if we win the first couple of games, you know, that we would put the pressure back on them, and that's what we did. The Monday night game, you know, after it being called after the 9 innings, was very frustrating for all of us, both teams in general.
I know the feeling after the game of that last night when it was raining. We were in the clubhouse and we were going, this can't happen. I mean, we can't end it like this. We had just come back. I mean, we battled our butts off. You know, and so did Bridgeport. I mean, it was a great series that we played against them. We beat them the first 2 games of the series. It came down to that last game. They had scored a couple runs in the beginning, and we fought back to tie it. And you know, it came down to the 9th inning, and we were playing in the rain the whole game. And when they called the game and took us off the field because of the rain, it was kind of mind-boggling. It's like, what are we doing? We've been playing in this for 9 innings, and just all it takes is we finish 9 innings. You know, the next person to score will win.
So the Long Island Ducks headed home. The July 12th game was declared a tie, with a new August 9th game rescheduled to be played in its entirety and no playoff spot yet secured. Despite the fact that they had come so far, the Ducks had no closure. The second half would begin on Friday night, but there was still 4 weeks of baseball to play before the first half champion would be declared.
Well, so we start the second half of the season. We don't know who the first half champion is, and we're going to play that game 2.5, 3 weeks out. It really kept the tension around here at a certain pitch. Certainly kept all the fans' interest. We started to point our whole season towards one game, and that's sort of good and it's sort of bad. For the fans, it was high drama. For us in our organization, it was high drama. For the ball players, so we were all focused in on that August 9th game.
And while the Ducks would have to wait for their chance to play for their first ever playoff spot, they would continue their pursuit of individual and team records that would fall during the magical 2004 season.
The Ducks' second half playoff drive has begun. But wait a minute, what about the first half?
Good question.
Something you've never even heard in baseball. You know, just like, let's put off the first half until a month later.
Because of a rainout, the Ducks and Bluefish have yet to decide who won the North Division. They'll replay the game in its entirety August 9th.
I mean, we definitely had momentum in our favor, and it was just too bad that it just had to stop like it did.
To have it end like that was really disappointing. We have some guys that do real well now. Who knows if Doug, Kamara Barty or Pulsford is going to be here come August 9th.
That could really change
And,
things.
they were a big part of our team.
"19 days and counting till August 9th.
You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on liducks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane. When August 9th finally arrived, the team and its fans were ready.
My guys are ready to go. They're ready to play this game. As I'm sure these guys are too. I mean, it's about the playoffs. I mean, there's a couple reasons why these players are all here in this league. One, to get back to organizations, and the other, getting the playoffs. And here it is right here on the table for them. So now it's whoever's the hungriest.
With more than 700 loyal Duck fans in attendance in Bridgeport, everything was on the line once again for Long Island's hometown team. In a game dubbed "One Game for All the Marbles" by Bridgeport officials, the Bluefish took an early 3-0 advantage against the Ducks and starter Brian Ricard.
Count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Avila.
And again, Lou, the rosters of these teams is quite different from what it was the last time we played this game on July 12th. The Ducks do have Garrick back. The Bluefish have Willis Otanez and DJ Boston back, but Long Island has lost Bill Pulsifer, Lance Davis, and Manny Ulloa, 3 of their best pitchers who've gone on to affiliated teams.
Beautiful pitch on the inside corner, and Ricard ends the inning, but
the Ducks showed their mettle, battling back and tying the game on Kamara Barty's 2-out, 2-run home run in the 5th inning off Bluefish ace Tim Kaine.
Delivers, swing and a miss, tied him up inside, and Kaine works ahead 0-2.
And a chance for Kamara to get some retribution, Lou, as it was Kamara Barty who popped out to second base back in the 3rd inning with the bases loaded and 1 away. So he gets another chance here to at least drive in one run if he can bring in Cole Liniak from second.
Oh-2 pitch, swung on and drilled to deep left field. Going back is Otaniez. It's gone. A home run for Barty. A two-run shot. And we are all tied at 4.
Well, for Kamara Barty, his team-leading 18th home run.
We were down early, so we were like, all right, now we got to fight back. But once you hit that 2-run home run and we're dead even, it's a whole new game. It's like, all right, it's 0-0. Now it's our game. We have the momentum. Let's take it. Let's go all the way with this.
Now Andrew Salvo. Be interesting to see if he...
Well, we are back here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. They have officially called this game due to the inclement weather. It is a rain-shortened victory for the York Revolution by the final count of 9-0. The umpiring crew and the officials here just making that call now. So obviously this game is official. It went 5 innings. Once it got through 5, it was official. The Revs were leading 6-0 at that point. They added on 3 more in the 6th inning. But the game is official. The York Revolution have themselves a rain-shortened 9-0 win, and they hand the Ducks their first series loss of the year as York takes 2 of 3 here on Long Island. Revs with the win improving to 4-5 on the year. The Ducks with a loss dropping to 7-3. And so the Ducks and Patriots have pulled into a tie for first place in the Liberty Division standings as Somerset was rained out tonight as well. So the win will go to Troy Tersey, who threw 5 shutout innings tonight. He allowed 2 hits, 4 walks, struck out 8 to get the victory. The loser will be Jake Fisher, who was roughed up for 4 runs on 8 hits and a walk over an inning and a third. No save in this game. Let us go through and get the out-of-town scores for you before we head out the door. 2 games were rained out today. The Patriots and the Bees up in New Britain and the Barnstormers and Blue Crabs down in southern Maryland. Just wasn't a great weather day all the way around. Meanwhile, the Skeeters took both games of their doubleheader down in High Point, North Carolina against the Rockers. Game 1 an 8-4 final. Dallas Beer, the win, improved to 2-0. Paul Clemens, the loser, fell to 1-1. For the Skeeters, Cordero went deep, Phipps went deep, and Mitchell went deep, all hitting their first home runs of the year. Mazzola and Austin each hit their first for the Rockers in the loss. And then in Game 2, the Skeeters come back from 2-0 down to win 5-3. The winning pitcher in that one was Gene Machi for Sugarland. He improves to 1-0. The loser was Joe Van Meter, who fell to 0-2, and Dykstra picked up his first save of the year. For the Skeeters, Cordero went deep in the second game as well. His second of the year, Schaefer's first, and Bichette second for the Rockers in the defeat. So Sugarland takes both games of that doubleheader. Brewers defeated the Mets 3-2 in Milwaukee today. The winning pitcher was Davies, who improved to 4-0. Vargas, the loser, fell to 1-2. Hader, his 9th save of the year. Yelich with his 15th home run of the season for Milwaukee. And Lagares, his second of the year for New York. They're in a rain delay right now at Yankee Stadium. They're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Yankees leading 4-1. Domingo Germán started the game. Aroldis Chapman now pitching for the Yankees. Michael Pineda started for the Twins, and it is now Francisco Romero pitching. Mike Tauchman went deep for the Yankees with his 4th home run of the season. So that does it for the out-of-town scoreboard. As we mentioned, today's game is rained out after 7 innings, so it is an official game. The Revs with the win today. Ducks will continue their homestand on Tuesday night. They'll wear their special 20th anniversary edition teal jerseys for the first time this year as part of Teal Tuesday, and they'll send their ace to the mound, lefty Bennett Perry, who is 1-0 with a 3.27 ERA. He'll be opposed by Blue Crabs veteran right-hander Darrell Thompson, who's 1-1 with a 1.59 ERA. 2 very good starting pitchers. Should be a terrific pitching matchup here on Tuesday night for the first game of the 3-game series. Pre-game show will begin at 6:20. First pitch 6:35. We'll have all the action for you here at Bethpage Ballpark, and tickets are also still available at liducks.com, 631-940-TIXX, and the Bethpage Ballpark box office. So that'll do it for us here tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. Again, the final in a rain-shortened game that lasted just over 6 innings. It was the Revolution 9 and the Ducks nothing. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast. That'll be on Tuesday night, opening game of the 3-game series between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. Pre-game 6:20, first pitch 6:35. You can follow all the action here on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. My name is Michael Pollack. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday evening with me. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast and that you stayed dry today with the raindrops falling. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. We'll do it all over again on Tuesday night here on Long Island. Good night and so long from Bethpage Ballpark.